And hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for the session 0 of the collaboration between NerdLeagueGaming and your main bard, Bardy Time. This particular session 0 is not of the rules of Monster Hearts. That'll be a separate video that you can click down below. This is simply the world building for the characters and all of the NPCs and the setting of their world. So, I'm going to go quickly around in a sort of clockwise fashion over to Bees. Who are you playing?
I will be playing Dorian Abernathy Ferguson III.
And that is a...
He is a witch.
Woo!
Burn him.
Burn
him? Because you're a witch. Never mind.
We're not ready for the jokes yet, Anna.
Good attempt. Good attempt.
Sanan, who are you playing?
I hate you guys.
I am playing Damian Mason Crowley.
Who is a?
Infernal.
Anna, who are you playing?
Madeline Victoria Chapman Smythe, the Queen.
And finally, Rob, who are you playing?
The only person with like two names like a normal person, Vincent Maldonado.
No, a normal person in the U.S. would have a middle name, Vincent.
Turkey too. I was the only person with only two names my entire life, and now you're telling me that's normal? Get out of here.
Get out of here. Alrighty. So, I'm going to be asking them a series of questions to kind of help them flesh out their character, and that you all get to be a part of as well. Ha, flesh. Ha, 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 ha.
Sex jokes.
Sex jokes.
Listen,
okay.
I'm not on my game today, guys. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Again, this is a session 0. We can be witty and entertaining.
Which means that's how much effort
live.
you're really getting out of this here.
Yeah.
Such
Sorry
an amateur.
Okay, so first, I am the realist. Rob, thank you. If you, I'm going to actually start with you, Rob, because you're to my immediate left. So, Vincent, if you would please, what is the origin of your abilities?
Well, so my father's partner, my father is a police officer whose name is Vernon Barker, Officer Vernon Barker, as he would insist you call him. He's not the most moral of cops and really, really, really wanted to put a person by the name of Hank Jeffries away. And he's a vampire, but doesn't feed off of blood, but more psychosexual energy. So myself and Officer Vernon Baker had some consensual relations and framed Hank Jeffries for it, which got him put away for a bit, but also turned me into a vampire.
I feel like we should have spoiler warning this before, being like, if you want to have secrets, maybe you shouldn't be watching this.
Listen, there will be spoilers in the title of the video, so perfect. Yeah, there be spoilers.
Are we pirates now?
However, in Monster Hearts, secrets should be openly known. What's the most important part is the role playing. So that's what's the most important part. Was it an accidental turning, or did he mean to turn you?
Ooh. I think he knew it was a possibility, but he didn't really care if I was or was not.
Okay. Nice to know. Was it traumatic for you?
Yes, but that trauma is being repressed by pure rage right now.
Okay.
Which we'll get into later, I'm sure.
Of course. I mean, we will always get into your trauma. Do you secretly hate being a vampire?
Oh, 100%.
Okay. And will you do anything to either keep or relinquish your powers?
Right now, I will do anything to keep them. But that will change once certain objectives have been completed.
Okay.
Leave Roman alone.
So the next one will be Dorian. Dorian, what is the origin of your abilities? Where do your powers come from?
He was taught by his grandmother. She it's a family tradition where every generation the knowledge and the skills are passed down to one, in case anything happens, there's still someone to succeed and keep the bloodline and the magic going.
Mm-hmm.
So his grandmother Julian had 2 daughters, and one of the daughters, Regina, married Augustus, and the other daughter, Natia, she followed the path like more towards the magic. So once Augustus died, Julian tried to keep everybody together, and tried to keep the family strong, but Regina started moving towards she started like migrating towards Sterling, who was working with Augustus before he died. And over a short amount of time, they became really close, and they married. And one day, Sterling approached Julian and propositioned her to teach his daughter the craft. And Julian declined and explained to him that it's just to stay in the family. And he didn't like that answer, so he exiled her from the mansion and from any contact with Regina or Dorian. She tried to contact Regina to change her mind, but Regina just cut all contact with her. She would use her powers to look in on Dorian every once in a while, and pretty much just kept tabs on him and made sure he was all right till the day she died. And before she died, she tasked Natia to keep an eye on Dorian, keep him safe, make sure that he grows into a powerful warlock. And yeah.
Just to be clear, you did receive lessons directly from your grandmother.
Yes, before his father died.
Gotcha.
She would teach him.
Gotcha. Was it a traumatic teaching, or was it very kind? And do you look upon those teachings favorably or unfavorably?
Yeah. It was rough. It was challenging, but she was there for him and with him the whole time.
Okay. Was there a learning that you just one day magic happened and that's how you learned you had those powers, or did your grandmothers come to you saying you will one day become a witch, let me teach you?
Well, after the daughters kind of failed as successors, she looked at her only other blood relative, which was Dorian, and she proceeded to test him in certain ways without his knowledge. And she saw there was a reaction, like a magical reaction, and she was like, okay, there's potential. So then she sat him down, talked to him, and began the training.
Gotcha. Do you secretly hate your powers?
No.
And
so magic skipped a generation is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Will you do anything to keep your powers?
Yes.
When I say that, just be understanding of what I mean by anything.
I understand.
Next is Damien.
Hello.
What is the origin of your abilities?
Well, my parents are. Let me put that into silent. Stop shaking your head there. You. Oh God, I'm turning too sudden now. You see, my parents are a little bit of a. They got this little social club, you'll see, and that deals with more matters. I'm going to talk normally for now. I'll get into it later. Please. Oof, God damn, I hate this.
You can get that perfect later, honey.
Yeah, I'll get into character later. So yeah, Damien, also that phone message thing kind of threw me off there. Damien has his parents are, what are you saying, Madeline? Stop. He has this, his family are a group of occultists, and they have this quite freaky cultist club that I don't really know much about. Well, Marquise, you know a little bit more because I think you have a couple of secrets in store for me. So I might be messing things up, or this is what I know at least. And they keep telling me about stuff. It's clear that they have some expectations for me, quite high expectations that I don't know if I can actually achieve. And it's freaking me out. And quite morbid ones at that. That has to do with possibly satanic things, maybe, or the end of the world. Who knows? There's a lot of end being thrown there. I'm assuming it's metaphorical. I think they're doing some freaky poetry or something. I don't know. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It makes me feel powerless. It makes me feel not enough. And at the height of feeling all of that, I came across a certain Father Ignatius, a teacher in the school, also a priest, apparently. So, okay. And he sort of took me under his wing and started teaching me knowledge similar to what my parents talk about, but with a ray of hope attached to it. Things of more of how I can help, maybe how I can do, not necessarily bring the end, but actually stop it, possibly do some good. Fight evil is thrown a lot in there, and as a teenager, that sounds really cool. And yeah, I'm hooked. I love this possibility of being something much larger, but not as negative sounding as my parents put it. But also, I kind of get the attention, kind of a parental attention that I never really got from my parents. The kind of love, maybe, from Father Ignatius that I never received from my parents as well. Yeah. So there's also that. So now I'm really hooked to this order of the dark light. Was that right? I got it right. It's preparation, everyone.
There you go.
And now I'm a big believer in it. I really want to get into it. And the more I learn, the more knowledge I learn of what's hidden. And I'm finding myself more and more hooked to forbidden lore, forbidden magic, anything. And if I meet anyone who's possibly supernatural, I will be obsessed about them, and I'll try to learn all their secrets and try to use it against them, and I want to use them as guinea pigs because I'm an evil genius inside.
Was it traumatic when you discovered that you were kind of, your vows were a bit more supernatural than you might have originally been led to believe?
I didn't like it at first. No, it was a little like, hold on there. It's a little too much for me, but I was too deep in it at that point that I was like, you know what? Suck it up, Damien.
So you're still feeling a little about it.
There are parts that I'm about, but I'm trying to be ignorant about my distaste for it. I'm trying to not really think about it too much.
Okay.
I'm trying to think about it as, you know what, the ends will justify the means.
Yeah. Totally. They will.
They probably know better than me. Who am I? I'm a teenager.
Yeah.
It's Father Ignatius. Look at that name. Ignatius. It's exuding power. Damn.
And I'm assuming you secretly do not hate the deal you made.
I secretly do not hate?
Do you hate it?
Oh, I'm iffy about it. I'm loving it right now, but they're
you like the high, but the low you've never really experienced before.
I'm trying to ignore the alarm bells. I'm trying to sleep through them.
We do like people who just don't want to face reality.
Yeah, trying to give you material here to make me to torment me, Marcus.
I mean, you don't have to give me material. I will torment you in many different ways.
That's how it is. Okay.
Will you do anything to keep your powers? Or, more importantly, will you do anything to stay loyal to the Order?
From the extent of what I've seen anything to be, yes, but I may have a limited scope of what anything involves, if that makes sense.
So your faith could be shaken.
Possibly. But right now, at least Damien believes no.
Okay. And then finally...
That's Marquise for it will be shaken.
I know. I'm trying to give Marquise a lot. Marquise is being cocky and it's like, oh, I don't need it. I'll still do it.
Cocky? I do not appreciate
Marquise cocky never.
Goodness. Madeline.
Hello.
What is the origin of your powers?
I had them from birth. My fathers decided that they wanted to have 2 children at the same time, but instead of risking, implanting 2 embryos in the same woman, my father chose my surrogate. Dante chose Finnegan's surrogate. And both women had large amounts of power, branding Madeline with what is lovingly called her dark heart. So she's had it since birth.
Yes.
And she doesn't believe her dads knew the power that these women contained, but they definitely did, and they definitely did it on purpose.
Of course they did. Was it a traumatic discovery the first time you discovered that the birthmark was a little bit more than that?
Yes, 100% terrifying. Because this is the nice version of the birthmark. It goes actually up her neck and across her face if it gets really bad. So seeing that's a little traumatizing when you're like 7.
Do you secretly hate your powers?
No.
You love them. Or you ambivalent?
I've come to terms with them. They are me. I can't really get rid of them, so I'm just going to use them to my...
The word we use is tolerate.
Yes.
Will you do anything to keep them or remove them?
Keep them, yes. They bring me far more joy than they've brought me pain so far.
Okay, now we get to some of the spicy questions.
Ignore the arson.
Ignore the arson. That's a strange line anyone's ever said.
That's fine. Ignore the arson.
Hey, Vince.
Yeah.
What physical attribute on a person is a weakness for your character?
Ooh. That's a great question. I think just overall like fitness, not like bulk, but just like being toned, just like the indication that they are well disciplined in that way.
Rob, you are going away from everyone as an ass man. Come on.
So athleticism is the thing that really gets you. So like 100%. A swimmer, a ballet dancer, would be just
anyone keeping themselves in like a very like good physical condition.
Okay. Dorian, how about you? What physical attribute on a person is your weakness for your character?
Eyes.
Ooh, their eyes. Any particular type of eyes?
Like kind of just really deep, vibrant colors. Like, like a pool of blue, or like kind of that clear, you can see some depth in there.
Damien.
I don't know. Physical, you're saying?
Physical attribute.
I was thinking eyes, but now I'm down. Can't really pick one. Well, I guess I'm bad with what would be a weakness.
I mean, could be eyes as well. I'm not gonna say no to you.
I mean, I was thinking eyes, but because that's what this not really likes. But kind of like. Sorry, I'm taking too long for this.
Just remember, anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of Monster Hearts.
I know. A kind of an intense look about them. Does that make sense?
Define intense.
Like, this person will not be boring for Damien.
Is it an aura, or is it a look, or something about their face?
It's kind of an aura, so I wasn't sure if that was physical.
Yeah, so something that you could just like immediately like
body language.
Body language?
Sense.
Okay, so how a person holds themselves.
Yeah,
Resting
holds
bitch
themselves.
face.
Resting
Damien
bitch face.
Damien is attracted to resting bitch face.
Lord
No,
have
no,
mercy.
no. Resting top face is what I've
Ooh,
heard.
you're right. Resting
I
dom
wasn't
face.
thinking top face, but because I feel like Damien would be a top, but because of how he's not a top in his his
No, that's
other
fine.
relationship, so he likes taking it out on.
Yep, that's exactly what he likes.
Yeah. See, Martin, the MC gets me so. Psh.
That's what I'm doing. I'm getting you. Adeline, same question.
Tattoos.
There it is.
My entire clique has them. Madeline has them. Tattoos.
No. Madeline, not Anna.
Shit, sorry. Oops.
Okay,
It's fine.
It
Vincent.
seems like we all have a part of our characters, probably. So,
What is one thing you will not tolerate?
Ooh. The thing I will not tolerate is taking advantage of someone who does not deserve it.
Follow up. If you are hurt emotionally, how will you respond?
Ooh, if I am hurt emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
I will repress and move on. Which I'm sure has no long-lasting effects.
No, none whatsoever. Dorian, what is one thing you will not tolerate?
Anyone speaking ill of my grandmother or my aunt. Or Phoebe.
Speaking ill of family. And Phoebe is?
His best friend.
Cool. We'll get to that in a moment.
Yep.
And if you are hurt emotionally, how will you respond?
With some very angry magic. He doesn't go for like physical damage or pain, but he goes for the emotional and mental scarring.
Damien, what's one thing you won't tolerate?
being denied, and
Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time, baby.
I know, especially when it comes to knowledge or being denied, but also having things that I lack in my life thrown against me, thrown at me, or at my face, that other people having them, flaunting it, basically.
So being denied and being mocked. Boy, this one is real.
Not necessarily mocked, just seeing someone else have it.
That's what I mean. Not Oh,
mocked.
jealousy. Gotcha.
Jealousy, yeah.
Like a happy family.
Like a happy
Yes,
family.
I literally put that in my NPCs. There you go.
And then if you're hurt emotionally, how do you respond?
I will try to find everything about the person who hurt me and use it to destroy them.
Will humiliate if hurt. Gotcha. Lastly, Madeline, same questions.
I will not stand disobedience. And if I'm hurt,
Disobedience.
Yeah.
Yes.
and if I am hurt emotionally, there will be physical repercussions. Not necessarily by me. I don't get my hands dirty, but by my babies.
If you hate disobedience.
I do so love when you all just help me.
Great. Love it.
Vince,
Yeah.
how do you gaze into the abyss?
Well, so again, I am not a vampire in the traditional like fangs with drinking blood, but I am now an entity which can feed off of the kind of psychic, sexual energy of the people around me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can essentially bring myself into a kind of realm inside not both myself and everyone else, this kind of connective place where that energy moves between everyone. And
Mm-hmm.
as long as I can protect myself from being overwhelmed by the forces there, I can kind of discover things in that space.
Okay. And then follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
What are you afraid of encountering there?
Well, there's literally everyone around me's deepest desires and lust in there, and it's very easy to get overwhelmed by that and leave wanting to do things that could make more vampires.
Speaking of, since you've already put that out there, if you do make a vampire, how will you respond?
Ooh, really, really depends on who it is, but I'm gonna be really, really hesitant to let them stick around.
Ooh. Okay. Nice. I do like when people go hard.
Listen, I don't want more of me around.
Ayo Doey in.
Ew.
How do you gaze into the abyss?
Two ways. If it's something that he wants to like do quickly and he doesn't have a lot of time to set up,
Mm-hmm.
then there's this it's like a kind of like a tobacco leaf that induces mild hallucinations that he uses to go into a trance. But if he has plenty of time and like in his room or something, then he has some herbs he'll burn and he'll go into the trance as well.
You have so tobacco leaf for quick, and there's an altar if you have
it's
time.
just the method of hitting that trance.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, Rob, you're meditating, correct? When you do this?
Yeah, essentially.
Gotcha. Uh-huh. And for you, my dear Dorian, what are you afraid of encountering there?
He's heard plenty of stories from his grandmother of, different types of boogeymen. There are definitely lots of vengeful voodoo spirits that have been known to possess men and, if given enough power, to act of their own volition to wreak havoc. So he's afraid of being possessed or encountering one of those beings.
I'm going to give a name to one of them. Baron Samdi.
Baron Samdi
is the person you don't want to encounter in the abyss.
Yes.
As he is the host of the dead. He is a very gracious host, but of the dead. And that's probably not someone you want to be meeting while you are alive.
Nope.
Damien.
Yep.
How do you go into the abyss?
Two ways, and correct me if one of these is wrong, but just no, I know, again, you have a couple of things in mind, but one way is just by losing myself in the books that Father Ignatius have given me, tomes of forbidden lore that I've been gifted, which is the simple way. Or I believe there is a confessional booth somewhere in the school where I meet Father Ignatius. At least I think he talks to me. I mean, I talk to him. He makes me see things, and at least I think it's him. Sometimes things I hear makes me doubt. I'm like, wow, I think Father Ignatius had a bad day probably today, so I'll just wait. That sounded
just gonna leave him alone.
That sounded a little bit off. He normally just probably him. Don't talk.
And what are you afraid of encountering there?
Someone that's not Father Ignatius for some reason. Even though this is our secret meeting place.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, my order father, help me out here. This is where you said we would meet. Don't send demons here.
Order daddy.
I'm also scared of finding out something that my itty-bitty mortal brain won't be able to take.
The big truths.
Yeah, the really big truths that I think I can handle, but I'm secretly scared I won't be able to handle.
Oh, those will definitely not be coming up in this game.
Sure. Such a gracious GM.
I know. I only care about your well-being.
I know you do. Thank you so much. I feel so looked after.
You should. You really should. Madeline, how do
Yeah.
you go into the abyss?
Oh, well, I need to look at myself because obviously I'm gorgeous. So
Mhm.
usually going into the bathroom and just, staring myself down in the mirror to allow myself to slip into the very painful trance that is the abyss.
Mm-hmm. And
Giving up a little bit of the magic that covers my dark heart in order to do so.
what are you afraid of encountering there?
Oh, my mother.
Ooh.
I don't want to know what the hell she is. I just know she's bad juju.
You'll never have to worry about encountering your mother.
Oh, sure. I'm positive of that.
Vince. By the way, these are questions for you all to help flesh out your characters. So you should remember them. I will keep notes of them in case you need it, but just remember it for future because it helps with the flavor. And we do like a well-seasoned game. So Vincent, what will make your character strike another?
Usually, if you mess with my little brother, Eddie,
Mm-hmm.
or if I see you hurting someone who shouldn't be hurt, in my eyes. Although I will say, he does strike with words first, then fists. Unless it's Eddie, then he will jump straight to fists.
If you are struck, what will you do?
Then the drilled in training from his police father will usually jump in and say, "Can I take this fight?" Usually the answer is no, because he never really took those classes seriously or those lessons seriously. So usually it's find the best way out for the next go around.
Yeah, so leave. Dorian, what'll make you just straight up sock a hoe?
Extreme disrespect towards Phoebe, or man, I can't think of anything else. Because I guess back on the grandmother thing, but he doesn't know too many people just in random conversation. They'd be like, "Hey, your grandma sucks." But if somebody did that, then he would just go from 0 to 100 real quick.
Absolutely. And if someone just, connects with a right hook?
He will probably go down like a sack of potatoes because he is not a burly gentleman.
Wham, out.
But you best bet he will. First, he's gonna try and fight because he doesn't just back down. But if he does get his ass handed to him, he will concede for the moment, and then you're gonna be seeing some very fucked up shit very soon.
Cry now, hex later.
Yep. I keep doing that pop.
It's fine. We like popping. Damien, what'll make you just straight up hit a hoe?
Well, one is if he sees what he believes evil is happening, since that's what his order seems to be about. What?
All I hear is Merman or from SpongeBob, just like evil.
Oh yeah,
it's like a siren going on in your head.
But the more, well, that's one thing because he thinks it's his duty to do so, and the other one is if someone makes him feel and believe he's not enough.
Ooh.
That he's not deserving of things he desires, and that he's not enough.
And if you're hit, what are you going to do?
Depends on the situation, but most likely try to get back at them in a less obvious way.
Cry now, humiliate them later.
Well, maybe without the crying part, but probably if it's someone that they may think he can take, maybe fight back, but if not, destroy them afterwards.
Yeah, we do like destruction. Madeline,
Yes.
what'll make you hit a hoe?
Do not touch Finnegan. Do not touch Finn.
You see someone about to flirt with your brother and it's just
Not,
fist in?
not necessarily flirt. He's his own person and can flirt. Just if you come anywhere near my precious, precious younger brother with any ill intent, you go and get murdered so
Still in
fast.
danger. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you're struck, what are you going to do?
Well, I assume Wells saw it, so Wells will take care of it. I don't get my hands dirty. Wells will fix it for me.
Gotcha.
Or, Wells or Roman or Brinley or all of them, but Wells never leaves my side, so I assume Wells saw it.
Okay. Now, these are for your own personal notes. What is a goal for your character at school, Vincent?
I want Roman out. Done. I don't want him to ever be able to walk outside again.
What did Roman do to you?
I get to explain that. So, Vincent, before he was turned into a vampire, well, actually, this is post being turned into a vampire, when he came to this lovely new school, St. Sebastian Prep, he also came with a younger brother by the name of Eddie. Eddie is the most gorgeous freshman to ever walk the face of the planet. He doesn't really know that, but he is.
He's almost as hot as I am, and I'm a vampire.
Exactly. And he has no supernatural powers whatsoever. I can say that. However, Roman, for the most part, from what you've seen, has just eschewed romantic or sexual encounters, but decided that, hey, there's this really pretty kid here. Maybe I'll see if I feel anything. And, Eddie is charming, and one thing led to another, and sex happened. But Roman decided halfway through he really didn't like this, that it was really gross to him, and so he stopped, without realizing that he'd done a little bit of damage to Eddie. Eddie, being the very conciliatory type, had tried to console him in his moment of crisis, and Roman, unfortunately, did not want to be touched at all, and so beat the shit out of Eddie.
Oh.
Bad.
Listen, he's ace. It's
so bad he broke 2 ribs and shut his left eye.
Oh, I mean that's fair for who Roman is. That's fair.
He
honestly.
really freaked the fuck out on Eddie. Eddie dragged himself back to Vincent, vampire Vincent, and all he was able to get out was that Roman did this. Ever since then, Eddie has been a recluse, has not wanted another human being to touch him, not even Vincent, who they were
like this.
They were like this.
Siblings.
But now he does not he barely even talks to Vincent. When they go home, Eddie will shut himself in his room, barely says more than a few words to a person. So yeah, that's why Vincent is very upset.
I don't think that equates you need Roman's dick on a plate.
You're right. More drastic measures are needed.
I don't think so. I think you will not touch my boys.
What is the goal of your character outside of school, if there is one?
Right now, he really idolizes his uncle, Vernon, and wants to be a police officer like him.
Do they know who they want to be? You kind of know you want to be a police officer. Does that bring you comfort or fear?
It should bring him fear. There's a lot of things that Vincent is repressing really hard, and they're gonna come to bite him. But right now, things are great. He's been turned into a vampire for a reason. If Vernon is a warrior of justice that simply does not adhere to all of the laws. Everything is great. I know what I want to do with my life.
I can't wait to
never
just
come crashing
destroy
down.
your sense of self.
Oh yeah.
Dorian,
Yes, sir.
what is a goal for your character at school?
At school, he just wants to get into mayhem with Phoebe, figure out what the hell Isaiah is up to, and just do his own thing.
Outside of school?
Outside of school, he is trying to perfect his craft so that he can destroy Sterling, his stepfather.
I like that. Do you know who you want to be as a grown up?
He's looking into the science field, but he hasn't decided on a particular path. So that's kind of what he's using school for right now, to see what grabs his attention more.
Okay. Does it bring you comfort or fear, the future that you're thinking of?
If everything works out, comfort. If it doesn't, then he fears for his mother.
There's a bit of fear right now because things are uncertain.
Yep.
I like it. Damien, what is your goal at school? You muted yourself, dear.
Sorry if that I was muted. Well, my goal in school is mainly to use this information, this treasure trove of knowledge that Ignatius has provided me to good use. I've been seeing that a couple of things are not normal around the school, and I wonder if I can spot them and study them. For example, one of my good friends, Aisha, I've noticed has a malevolent thing attached to her, for example. I want to start off with her. It's also someone I really like. I guess that's my start using this knowledge.
Outside of school?
Make my parents love me.
Oh.
And be proud of me. Maybe save them from this whole end times BS they're all attached to and want me to.
Wow. Ow.
I wasn't ready for that one.
Either was I.
I was
unprepared. Baby.
Don't worry, they'll never love you in this game.
Goal.
I know.
Do you know who you want to be?
Yeah, I want to take Father Ignatius's place in the order once he's gonna leave. I want to get a leadership position within the order, and
priests,
but not a
fuck,
father.
right?
I don't want to be a priest.
Okay.
No. I don't want none of that repressive shit. He didn't tell me being a priest was part of the job requirement.
Sucks,
Maybe you should have asked.
I asked. He said no. He said this helps me, but you can find your own path, son.
I mean, you can be a part of the order, not a priest.
See, that's what I mean. I want to take Father Ignatius's position within the order, not the clergy.
You want his position, you got to be a priest.
Sucks.
That's how this works.
You can.
I want a leadership position then. I want to have a leadership position.
Does that bring you comfort or fear?
Which one?
Being a leader in the order.
Both.
Okay.
It gives me hope. It gives me more fear because I'm discovering more and more what that entails, and it's new. But it also gives me comfort since the potential of belonging somewhere like that.
And then finally, Madeline, goal at school?
Yes. Gain as much power as possible.
Over whom?
Literally anyone.
Outside of school?
Power. I have 2 outside of school. The first is to figure out why the hell women anger me in like a weird sexual way. I
Mhm.
need to stop that because last time that happened, I lit someone's house on fire.
Yeah.
And then I also want to learn how this can be controlled for my own good as
Mhm.
opposed to the rampant fuckery that it usually does.
Of course. Do you know who you want to be?
I do. I want to follow in my father's footsteps.
Crime woman.
Crime.
Does it bring you comfort or fear?
Fear.
Mm.
I can't control me yet.
Mm.
And if I continue down the path that I am going down in this ring of crime, I'm going to lose myself.
Okay. So, who or what, Vincent, keeps you human?
The hope of getting justice.
Against.
And against Roman, and also just like the idea that I am, even if I'm not good, I am doing good.
Okay, so being an agent of justice.
Yeah.
All right, this next thing, do not tell me. I want you to record this for yourself.
Okay.
If that is taken away from you, what will you do?
Got it.
Dorian,
Yes, sir.
what is keeping you human? Who or what is keeping you human?
I would have to say his aunt.
Mm.
His aunt, because she called him and she's been in touch with him since his grandmother died, and has been his only real comfort, other than his best friend. But
And so keep this to yourself, but just write it down. If Aunt Natia is lost in some way, what will you do? Don't tell me. Just hold on to that information.
Yeah.
Damien, what is keeping you human?
His
Who or what?
ambition and desire for larger things, for bigger things, for pride.
Mm-hmm. And then if that is stolen from you, what will you do? Just take note of that. Madeline,
Yes.
who or what keeps you human?
Finnegan.
Finn keeps you human. If Finn's lost, what do you do?
Oh, I already have it written down.
Mm-hmm.
No one touch Finn.
Yeah. Or what? Or basically,
No
what I'm hearing
touch.
is everyone
Got it.
should touch Finn.
No touching.
No anything. Stay 50 feet away from
You
him
said
at all
no
times.
touching.
Vince,
Stay 50 fucking feet away from him.
something to also keep in mind: is your family wealthy?
No.
Are they middle class?
They barely afford to send myself and Eddie here. I
Struggling to
think
get
there's
by.
like accommodations because my father is a police officer.
Okay.
essentially.
So they are making ends meet, but they are certainly not. They don't have a lot of disposable income.
we're probably some of the poorest kids that go here,
Struggling to get by.
if not the poorest.
Are you well connected? Are they well connected?
I mean, in the like law enforcement community.
So like other officers, should they see your face?
Yeah.
Like if you were at a crime scene and they're like, "Hey, that's
Yeah, they like I know like pretty much all the like officers.
yeah, that's the
on the force.
Maldonado boy. We know to trust that one." Do you have sway at school?
No
No sway at
yet,
school.
at least.
How about in the town? Probably with the officers.
Right. It's one of those things of like, the cop's kid,
Mm-hmm. Dorian,
Yep.
your family, they wealthy?
Oh yeah.
Is it your family's wealth or is it Sterling's wealth?
Sterling.
Wealthy stepdad.
Yep.
Can't imagine he's not throwing that in your face.
Oh, not at all.
Is Sterling connected? Are you or your family connected?
Through my family, there are some connections with spiritual groups, but through Sterling, he's man about town. He has quite a few connections. He is a powerful gentleman. And I use that term very loosely.
You have any sway at the school?
Not really. Not really. He really talks to a couple people and is up for more friends, but hasn't really done anything in the way of socializing.
You don't really have much sway in the town either.
No.
Damien, is your family wealthy?
Yes.
Probably the wealthiest in town.
Probably, yeah.
Jokes.
At least, yeah, and has a pretty big circle of people like them around them.
Wealthiest in terms of who's been here longer. You just got here, nouveau riche.
Sorry.
They're old money.
That's fair.
Hey, and they probably might invite your dads to the club too at one point.
Dad, there's only one living here.
All right, Dad. Yeah, but I think this is not the only school in this town, is it? Or
I will explain that when we get to that part.
because one of their daughters is a NPC, but yeah, pretty rich.
Well connected, I'm assuming.
Yeah, at least among certain circles. Like if they don't know someone, they know someone who knows someone.
Do you have sway at school?
Yeah, since this is a very old family, probably gives a lot of donations to the school itself. Also, I've been a part of the community for a little while. Also, part of Ignatius's pupil, so I kind of know a bunch of people in the school, and
I'm probably also very much sway in the town.
but it's
know
people
your
know
face.
me. Know
Do they
my
know your
face.
face or they know your name?
They know my name more than they know my face, and they probably don't like me that much, though. Like I'm not really.
Mm-hmm.
They probably don't. People in the town probably don't like my parents that much. They also don't like me that much either because of both my parents' legacy, but also since I don't carry myself the way they do either, so that made me even more of an outsider when it comes to these sort of things.
Yeah, Madeline.
Yes.
Your peeps is wealthy, ain't they?
Oh, very.
But crime money.
Crime money. Yeah.
Crime money.
Crime money. Which is why we keep our mansion to a respectable mansion as opposed to something gaudy and disgusting like Damien's family.
Oof. I can't wait to see rich kids just go after each other.
Exactly. Do you know who my dads are? How dare
well
you? Actually,
connected?
you should. They are both well connected in bad circles and good. It just depends which, face of my father you meet.
Probably more connected with criminals than anything else.
Yeah.
You have sway at the school? Probably not. You're looking for more power.
Yeah.
How long ago
Not as much as I would like.
How long ago did you move here?
2 years.
2 years ago. Okay. Actually, let's shorten that.
Okay.
Let's say you got here 2 months
good.
ago.
I'm playing another goddamn new kid.
2 months ago you got here.
Okay, that's fine.
Or no, beginning of the school year, it's currently March. So you've been here August, September, October, November, December, January, February, 7 months.
7 months?
Yeah. So you're not fully new. You're just the newest.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
The newest
for
with
that.
3 insanely hot friends.
Yeah. And you probably don't have any sway in the town because you're new.
They know the name just because we're new.
Yeah.
And we have money. They don't know the face. But they don't necessarily associate me with anything other than you're that new rich kid. That's really the association we have in the town.
Mm-hmm. Vincent.
Yeah.
What is your greatest strength?
My I guess I'm trying to decide whether it would be my wit or just my pure tenacity. I think it'd be more I just will never give up if I decide that something is worth doing. At detriment to myself.
What is your greatest weakness?
I will not quit if I decide something's worth doing to the detriment of myself. I am bullheaded.
What stereotypical teenage impulse drives you?
Kind of a bit of kind of newfound machismo, like self-confidence, like the self-confidence of someone who didn't have it before and now will do anything to make sure it is maintained.
Oh man, did I hear toxic masculinity?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Vincent is just toxic masculinity.
Orion,
Yes.
what's your greatest strength?
His mind. Just his creativity and how to do things.
Mind is the greatest weapon, but what is your greatest weakness?
His temper.
Hot-headed. And what is stereotypical teenage impulse drives you?
Laziness for the most part.
Like it. Damien, greatest strength.
His ability to acquire something that he sets his mind to.
Sounds like tenacity to me.
Tenacity, yeah.
What's your greatest weakness?
My loyalty to those that I end up actually letting into my life, or like
Loyalty to toxic people.
Connected. What?
Loyalty to toxic people.
I guess so. Yeah.
Cold?
Or I mean, loyalty to people in general. I like would get out of my way for people that I do care for, including unloving parents.
And what stereotypical teenage impulse drives you?
Jealousy.
Madeline,
Hello.
greatest strength.
My literal supernatural ability to draw horrible people close to me. And, control them.
Your weakness.
The need to be popular.
Oof, we do love
A desperate
particular.
queen.
Yeah, we do love desperate. What stereotypical teenage impulse drives you?
Vanity.
Now, here's the good shit.
This wasn't the good shit?
No, I saved
I'm
the best
scared
question
now.
for last.
Oh no.
Oh, God help me.
Vincent, you are constantly tempted to do evil. What is the act and what is the trigger of it?
What is the act of evil
Mhm.
that I'm constantly... Well, if I'm going to do two. First,
Give me more.
I'm constantly tempted by my very nature to just bone everyone and anything that moves. Which I desperately try not to because I know that can make more of me, and that seems like something I don't want in my life. I also... he is a very composed figure. In game turns, like cold of two, like usually is very difficult to get a very visceral reaction. But he wants to. He wants to fly off the handle maybe a bit more than he would like. Just knows it's not usually for the best.
So you definitely want to be a little bit more violent than normal.
Yeah.
What's the trigger?
I want to be a man of action.
Right.
Like my uncle.
Right.
He saw injustice and he took action.
What triggers it?
In a horrible way.
Listen, justice is justice is justice.
No.
I do like someone who will doggedly pursue their ideals.
Also, Vincent is the best safe sex commercial.
Absolutely. Abstinence only, baby.
Yeah, Catholic school.
However, I will say, so you have this need to right the wrongs of the world. But that's the trigger. What do you do to right the wrongs of the world?
Whatever's necessary.
Let me go a little bit further for you.
Whatever Vernon would have done, my Uncle Vernon would do.
Would you kill? Would you torture?
Kill? I don't think my uncle would do that. Torture, yes.
I do like it when we get to the answer I wanted. Dorian,
Killing's too easy.
you are
Yes.
constantly tempted to do something evil. What is that something evil, and what is the trigger of it?
The something evil is given to and channel the dark spirits of voodoo.
Ooh, channel the dark. Voodoo. And what is the trigger of that usually?
Utter despair.
Sadness. Profound. Oh, Lord Damien. You are tempted to constantly do something evil. What is that something evil, and what is the trigger of it?
Basically, humiliate and destroy. Well, humiliate and basically just destroy people under in the name of something larger than me. That makes sense.
No.
Oh,
Not in
no.
their name, but in yours.
Yeah, my name. Yeah, okay. I like
So you're going to
that.
destroy anyone who wrongs you.
But destroy in like a metaphorical sense, I guess, just like ruin their lives.
I know, but when we say ruin, I mean you would sleep with a married person, record it, and then like post that shit somewhere public to ruin their life. When I say destroy, when we use the word ruin, you better get motherfucking creative.
Damn, you Americans, oof, scare me.
Not Americans.
Just kidding. I know.
Just Marquise.
Just Marquise.
Only
That's
Marquise.
it. Background from too. I get it.
And the trigger is those who disrespect you, who, like
Mhm. Those who disrespect me, those who think they're better than me.
even the
those who-
smallest of slights.
Yeah.
Will just
Those
have
who
this
don't
kind of,
understand or get from first glance how absolutely brilliant I am.
ooh, he's an egotistical bitch.
Holy
Yes.
shit! I thought Madeline was vain.
I'm
What the hell?
I didn't give you material here. You're making me
Baby,
feel
baby,
bad.
baby, baby.
Just kidding,
I
just kidding.
love
know.
this. Just make sure you're recording all this shit so that you know when game time happens.
You saw me play well. This is a longer version of that.
That is true. However, I just don't want you to forget because I won't.
Oh, I know.
And I won't make you forget either.
don't want you
Madeline, you are
Yeah.
constantly tempted to do something evil. What is that act and what is the trigger?
I have two.
Mm-hmm.
Completely and utterly dominate in the most powerful, angry, visceral way possible any goddamn woman I see.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Pretty women.
Oh yeah, no, I only deal with pretty people. Are you kidding me? And the other is just to do horribly heinous acts of violence against people or those they love if they, I don't want to say slight me because that's not
Cross
necessarily
you.
what I'm thinking, but it's not because like I would like if you like gave me sass, I'm not gonna go murder your family.
That's
But-
Damien.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's Damien. It's more along the lines of like there is something deep inside of me that will tell me when I'm slighted enough to do something terrible.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to change that just slightly. Not violence against them. You're going to do violence against their loved ones.
That's fair. Because it's better to watch other people suffer when your loved ones are, suffering. Or dead. We can just make that all disappear.
I'm gonna slightly edit my second one. So the first one, I'm still want to just bone down all the time because of what I am now. So I am constantly driven to like enact what I believe is justice at all times.
Mm-hmm.
The trigger is doubt. The trigger
Ooh.
is when I doubt that I'm a good person or doubt that what I'm doing is right or doubt my uncle, I just need to act.
Right.
That means I'm thinking too much. It's time to do.
Yeah. Go ahead, Damien.
I just want to say I wouldn't like ruin the life of someone who just
That's what you
like
said.
does a little slight. I was
Obviously not like,
adjusting a little.
someone bumps into you in the hallway. You're not going to be like, all right, got to ruin your family life.
I mean, I would do something to slight them, but like I wouldn't ruin their whole family life or whatever. But, like,
Proportional.
Yeah, there are levels to this. I'm not
Proportional
in a complete,
fuckery.
Right.
I'm
So
not
like,
completely-
someone cheats on you and like you're gonna fuck their dad. Like that's basically what this is.
There you go.
Right.
Sure.
The punishment fits the crime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the punishment fits the crime.
Yeah, the punishment will fit the crime, but I decide what.
Yeah,
Damien's
like
more
if
fair
someone
than
steps on
Vincent.
your
Well, if
shoes, you're gonna
that's-
destroy their shoes. Like
Yeah.
plain and simple.
An eye for an eye.
You just really do take eye for an eye way too hard.
I take 2 eyes, though.
He was
One
studying
eye,
that
2
section
eyes.
in the Bible a little too much.
A little too closely. Okay, so that is all the stuff I have for any of you. Do you have any of you want to like flesh yourselves out more in this moment? Have I helped you kind of figure out the way that you're kind of going to respond to certain roles?
Did we all want to explain? I don't know if you had this later on. Explain the homebrew mechanics we each have.
I can do that right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Great.
So, Vince,
Scared.
you have a particular mechanic. You have something strange about you. What is that? Something strange.
This is let me correct me if I get the mechanics of it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, I can okay, actually, can you explain it? Because I'm trying to remember the exact wording. I want to
Yep.
make sure I
So,
wanna...
because you are not a normal vampire, you feed off of the psychosexual energies of other people. Because of that, you can no longer take the vampire move, the feeding. However, it also means it is a lot easier for you to stay fed because you could use your sex move to do it. However, if at any time you engage in sex, you will roll with dark. If you roll too low, you will make another vampire, as it is a supernatural affliction passed on through sex.
Yeah.
Dorian, we never really got one for you. However, I think I've got the perfect one.
Perfect, because I was freaking out. I was like, I don't remember this. Oh, God.
Okay, I had a lot of time to speak with these three. So the one that I have for you is very, very simple. You are constantly being visited by spirits. These are not spirits with names, spirits with histories or identities. These are spirits of emotion. Spirits of emotions of people wronged in the past. Every so often, I will have you make a particular roll. I think your cold is your -1 stat.
Looking right now, cold and volatile.
Yep. Actually, we'll have you roll volatile.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime that you fail, you will be possessed by that emotion.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And you just get to live with that for like the next hour or so in game. Until you kind of express that emotion very physically.
Okay.
Damien,
Mm-hmm.
you have
Nightmares.
nightmares.
Or daymares.
Sometimes you get to see the future, particularly when things are going down.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe your cold is your -1 stat.
Let me double check.
Mhm.
Yes.
Anytime you have particularly
My
violent
volatile's also minus negative.
It's okay. I like that one. You are going to roll with cold anytime you have one of these visions. Anytime that you fail, you're going to be very, very terrified. And I do mean truly terrified.
Yep.
Depending on where you are, that could result in some stuff.
I know. Oh boy. People are going to laugh at me. I'm going to have to destroy them.
Mm-hmm. Madeline, I can't remember. What was yours again?
Oh, my beautiful ability to cover up crimes.
Yes, that's what it was.
Magically.
You have that power to cover up crimes. You will roll with dark anytime that you want to just make some things disappear. Degrees of success. If you fail, however, someone is going to go to jail.
Yeah, that's fine.
And of course, this lovely little thing right here also has a secondary thing. Every time you gaze into the abyss, its reach gets longer. The less time in between gaze into the abyss, it will just continue growing. If it overtakes your face, I am going to tell you one particular action you must take. You can do nothing else. You cannot have anyone else do it for you. You must do it fully, completely to the letter of the law. When it is over, you will return back to normal.
We need to decide how many of that is overtaking how many gazing into the abyss is overtaking my face, and when it resets.
We will say that it resets the next day, in game next day.
Yeah.
However, using it once won't be as big of a problem. So if you always fail and you're gazing into the abyss, we'll say like 10 times.
Okay.
A failure is 2.
That's fair.
Using your power to cover up crimes is a 3.
Whew. Oh, I got to use that very carefully then. Alrighty.
I mean, you better, but I mean,
because this is probably
sometimes-
about 2 length currently.
Yeah, it's pretty up there. So, yeah, those are your powers, everyone.
We love homebrew mechanics.
I do too. However, now on to our classmates.
Yay!
So
Yay.
I need to arrange your classroom.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I wanted, but that's okay. So, I've given you about 5 questions in which to make characters. However, I'm going to add a 6th one.
Oh, Lord.
You do not have to answer this.
So 5 pages.
Sorry, friend.
Oh, no. It's fine.
This has already kind of been, we have other documents on the using technology, so I don't have to write down everything except this one thing. So we will kind of go through the questions of the NPCs. They'll talk about it, and you guys will know more watching this. However, I have to make a seating chart for all of them.
Mm.
So, first things first, Vincent, who in your class is enamored with you?
Haley Darren Thomas.
Haley Darren Thomas. And I asked you to roll a d10. On a scale of 1 to 10, how enamored are they with you?
1.
Yeah. Haley Darren Thomas, who is she?
She's one of the darling kids of the teachers in the school, and she's also the daughter of the mayor.
Yeah. So when she's being enamored with you, it's more just like, oh, there's a new pretty toy. I want it.
Yeah.
And then when you bore her, she'll just be like, oh, get rid of it.
Yeah, another well-connected rich person.
Mhm.
Love it.
Yeah.
Fuck these
We
rich
go
kids.
to a private school.
Yeah,
Of course we're
correct.
all rich.
So
Kept this in mind.
because there are 4 of you, and each of you will be making 6 people in your class,
I'll be making more.
yeah, you'll have a few more. Because you have your extra 3 as well.
And Finn.
And Finn.
And Eddie. Well, no, Eddie's not in our class.
Eddie's a freshman.
Finn won't be in your class.
Okay.
So 6, 7, so 28,
24.
31, so maybe about 30 some kids in the class. So I'm just going to make a 5x6 with some extra places. All right. So where in the class would Haley sit?
Definitely up in front. She's a teacher's pet. Teachers love her. All of them.
Cool. Dorian, who's in your class is enamored with you?
Well, that would be Annabelle Moss Burton.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how enamored with her is she?
A 7.
Oof, she's got some hard feelings. Where would Annabelle sit in your classroom?
She would also sit in the front. She loves the learning.
Okay. Damien, who in your class is enamored with you?
Ayşenur Yıldız, a Turkish student that's also kind of new in our school, kind of like Madeline. How much detail should I give about her?
Not much right now. We'll get into that during game.
She's basically my disciple. I hope to bring her to the order and under the wing of Father Ignatius as well. I see potential and dark powers looming over her.
And a scale of 1 to 10, how enamored with you is she?
6.5.
How'd you roll a d10 for this, my friend?
Yeah, you can't get a 6.5 on a D10.
Mine.
Hold on, maybe
my
if it was
dice is
cocked
out
and
there.
landed.
Should I go
Yeah.
get them?
And then-
Just right.
Yeah,
Just
go
Google
them.
it.
Or
Okay.
just like do a dice roller on your computer.
Yeah.
We have technology for this.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can't get
Future.
a 6.5 on a D10. How dare you.
Fine, fine.
Not with that attitude.
I hope it's low.
I hope it's high.
It's 10.
Yeah, it is.
Jesus.
Was that really?
The dice know. The dice know.
Oh
The dice
boy.
know what would make a best story.
Don't let me screw over someone from my home
The
country.
dice follow
it sucks.
the
home
rules of
country.
alcohol.
They're obsessed.
Oh, they are obsessed with you,
no.
baby. Yep. And
I love
then,
my own country people.
hey, where in the classroom would Aisha sit?
Like next to me, or are there like gaps between seats, or are they?
Yeah, like they walk in between them. So think of it just like a grid of 5x6, and then they're
behind
just
me then.
behind you. Where would you be sitting
Like
then?
right behind me. Probably sit. Actually, she would be sitting in front of me, and I would be sitting at the back where I have good view of everything.
So back corner.
Mm.
Actually, let me ask you all this question really fast before I go on. Vincent, where in the class would you be sitting?
I feel like because Vincent was transferred in kind of in the middle of the school year, he got stuck with sitting in the front row where nobody else wants to sit.
Gotcha. So you're going to be in the front corner.
Mm-hmm.
So if the door is on one side, you're away from the door.
Correct.
In front of the teacher's desk.
Yay.
Where you can get away with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Dorian, where would you be sitting?
If we look at that layout, that grid, it would be. You said a 5x6, right?
Mm-hmm.
5 wide, 6 deep. Or
Actually, I can
6 wide,
easily
5
show
deep?
you by just doing this. I just need to do a border, just outside border. There we go. And then I'm gonna See this?
That probably messed up the layout. No? Okay.
No. Oh no. This is being recorded through Zoom, so we're good.
Oh, cool.
So,
Okay.
can you see this lovely?
Yes, yes, I can. So, okay, Vincent's there. I would probably be E5.
E5.
Hit.
You sunk my battleship.
Madeline,
Not with
Yeah.
one hit.
where are you sitting, and where are your peoples?
I would be C5. Wells would be C6.
Hold on, I'm gonna change one thing about this.
Okay.
C5 is Madeline.
Mm-hmm.
Mad.
You can seat 2 people.
Okay.
One is just gonna constantly stand behind your desk.
Well, standing behind my desk would be Wells.
So he's just kind of always with you.
Yeah, always. So then we would put Brinley to my left, so B5, and Roman to my right, keeping him away from Vincent.
That won't work.
All right. Next. So I had Damien with enamored. Madeline, who's enamored with you?
That is good old Messias Walker. He is the dark, mysterious, broody loner type. He basically, what he's known for is that his dad has been in jail since he was like 5.
Mm-hmm.
And Matthias is not far behind him, being arrested many times but never convicted.
Where's Matthias sitting?
Oh, Lord.
So the other back corner is what I'm hearing.
Matthias. I
Yeah.
thought you said Messias.
No,
what
yeah,
kind
the
of a
other
name
back
is
corner,
that?
the broody back corner, so
he can
F6.
So he
And-
can use his knife to like carve in the desk.
Yeah, and I rolled a 7, so he is pretty enamored with me.
Mm-hmm. That's what I like to hear. I'll change this up in a little bit.
Yeah, don't call me Maddie, how dare you?
Listen, I don't feel like spelling your name every goddamn time. Next question. Hold on a second.
Ooh, Brindley is sitting right across from me. Okay.
Do not talk to her.
Oh, I will.
So, next one is, who in your class did you fear before your powers emerged? Vincent.
Yeah, Elfin Kosh.
Please tell me how to spell that first name.
Alfin.
Cool.
And then Koch.
Where would in this lovely chart would you put Alphen?
Right.
I'm gonna say.
Do it.
I'm gonna say he probably. I wish there was a little bit more because he'd probably be also sitting near like a. You know what? He's right in front of Roman
Hey.
because he has a type.
Is it big
Ooh.
muscly men? Because that's Roman. That's my baby boy.
He likes dark, broody boys.
And
Well, that would be Messias then.
And just as a little teaser as to why I'm scared of him, he's my ex, and he knew me before I was me.
Mm-hmm. Dorian, who in your class did you fear before your powers emerged?
Titus.
Titus.
Yes.
And where in this lovely pile would you put Titus?
Titus would sit probably behind Brindley. Because he's not really trying to get any learning done, so.
Scrub. Damien,
Yep.
who did you fear before your powers emerged?
Cliff Serban. He used to be a bully that once I got my powers, he had a very public and a humiliating thing happen to him, and I made him made it sure that he knew I was might have been involved. So he's terrified of me, so he sits at the opposite end of the classroom and he leaves the moment that the bell rings every day because he doesn't want to face me.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's scared of facing me. I think he does actually secretly want to do something to me, but like...
You humiliated him.
Shit,
You humiliated a boy in high school, and you think that he's not going to do something to you?
Yeah.
So
He
adorable.
can try. He can... Oh, I'm sure I want him to try something.
Hold on. Let
It will
me be
give
very
me
clear.
excitement. It will make things exciting.
Your
I
will
will
is showing.
try,
I know.
and I will succeed.
Anyways,
Not you, Cliff. Cliff's a nobody. He's not even hot.
I control. Cliff is
Too late.
mine. He's mine.
Mine.
Madeline,
Yeah.
who? Well, you were not really here when your powers emerged.
But I
So,
do have someone who
is there someone in this class you fear?
Yeah, there is.
Who?
Her name is Natalia Rodriguez.
Ooh, and where's Natalia sitting?
Hopefully away from me. Actually, no, we're going to make things interesting. She's sitting right in front of me.
I was gonna say.
And why do you fear Natalia?
She wants to be a detective. She has this weird thing about true crime podcasts. And of course, what shows the gumption of a true detective is to find a case that not a whole lot of people know about, and it's kind of cold, and it may or may not be a case Madeline is very involved in.
Yeah.
Oh. Natalia,
Hey.
let's hang out.
Vince.
You don't know that.
Who's someone in your class that you're either using, manipulating, or working with?
Amber Demolo.
Where's Amber?
Amber, they are right behind me. We're partners in crime. Kind of. Not really.
So, did someone say crime?
More Amber is Amber's not popular, but people like talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of use that and am semi-nice to them.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a symbiotic relationship.
Dorian, who's someone that you are using, manipulating, or working with?
That would be oh god, I got some. Hold on, let me go through the pages. All right, it would be Phoebe Johnson.
Phoebe Jansen.
Keep it your
Yep, she is my PIC.
Would you do me a favor? Would you make another one? Because Phoebe's probably going to be the person who answers that sixth question that I haven't shown you yet.
Oh. Okay, so wait, so you want me to keep her who she is, but
Keep her who she is.
replace her?
Replace her in that particular. If you could leave, save her for the sixth question.
Okay.
We can come back to you.
Yep, please.
Okay,
Give me 2
Damien.
seconds.
Yep.
Who's someone you're using, manipulating, or working with? Kimberly. Where's Kimberly sitting?
She probably the front, like between Vincent and Haley.
There you go, Kimberly girl.
She's an overachiever. She likes looking at paying attention.
We do
All that
love an
stuff.
overachiever.
Mhm.
Madeline,
Yes.
someone you're using, manipulating, and or working with.
Easton Hall. He is the most painfully average person you'll ever meet, and people tend to pay him no mind. So Madeline has taken a liking to him and uses him as her eyes and ears in situations where people just don't really recognize him.
Yeah. Where's Easton sitting?
Probably right behind Dorian.
Okay,
Dorian.
I got Mason.
Mason.
Mason Wittermain.
Where's Mason sitting?
Mason would probably be sitting actually where it's highlighted.
Haha. All right. Who in your class are you suspicious of, Vincent?
I am suspicious of. I believe this is the right one. Let me make sure in my notes. Paul Holmes. He is like a criminal, but a petty one. So like he deals drugs, and his parents run a shitty diner. And he probably sits like dead center of the classroom. So we'll say like right in front of right in front of Ethan.
How about you, Dorian? Who are you suspicious of?
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Yes. Isaiah would probably sit to the left of pretty much right there. Get out of my head. Well, no, I was saying to the left of that. And then you moved the mouse over and I was like, yeah, there. So yeah.
Isaiah. How about you, Damien? Who are you suspicious of?
Ooh, Joshua Regier, the
Where's
Jesus
Josh?
freak of the class.
Ooh, we do love a Christian.
C2.
E2.
How about you, Madeline?
Their name is technically Anastasia, but they go by Taz, T-A-Z, Jones. They are the resident comic book nerd who always is reading comics, and you would think they weren't paying attention, but they have this ability to just instantly spout out everything that has been said in the past 15 minutes exactly, and that's terrifying.
Where's Taz sitting?
Taz would probably finish out the front row.
Cool. Who in your class are you jealous of, Vincent?
Oof. 100%. Let me make sure I get their last name. Yes, Laura Alvarado.
Please tell me to spell that first name.
Oh, just Laura, but
Laura. Where's Laura sitting?
Probably. We'll put her in D2.
E2?
Like near D2.
D2.
Yeah, like near the front of the class, pretty front and center.
Yeah. How about you, Dorian? Who are you jealous of?
Can't hear you.
Hey, Peach.
Maximilian Fowler.
Ooh.
Where's Maxie sitting?
Max sits directly behind Madeline.
Mm.
You like that?
Why? Wait, hold on. I want to know why you're jealous of him really fast, just so I know what's sitting behind me.
Oh, let's see. What I wrote was Moneybags Max. It's a real feat to be known as the rich kid at a school filled with very wealthy families. He's handsome, a playboy,
bitch.
very popular. If you're looking for the most insane get-togethers or events in the Tri-County area, look no further than Max.
Oh, Madeline is totally okay with this. Thank you for putting him right behind me.
Yep.
Damien, who are you jealous of?
Fucking Rachel Meadows.
And where's
Fucking hater.
Rachel sitting?
At like E2.
E2.
Oh my God, my family's so happy. Oh my God, we went to a trip this weekend. Oh my God, my brothers do this. We just had a family dinner. Oh my God, I fucking hate hearing about our family.
My gosh, My parents recognize me as a human being.
Oh my god, they treat me like a human.
I know, it's so strange.
Oh my God, we hold hands and talk about our feelings all the time. Oh my God.
My mom asked me how my day was yesterday.
Hey,
And
Madeline.
like not patronizingly.
Who are you jealous of?
Gianna Chen,
Gianna
student body president, head cheerleader, very popular, kind of like a very like a cliche where both of her parents are doctors and she's probably going to be a doctor, but it doesn't matter because she's just so fucking perfect and very, very popular.
Yeah.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
I in my head, Laura is a cheerleader as well, so maybe put them diagonal from Laura.
Yeah, I was gonna put him like C3.
C3. Great.
Cheerleader buddies.
All right. Now the question I haven't told you about.
Oh god.
Vincent,
Yeah.
do you have a friend?
I mean, Amber was kind of the closest thing to a friend I think I have had. But yeah, obviously I gotta have a friend. So, let me just imagine for a second. Yes. Okay. Cool. So
You don't have to have one. I'm just letting y'all know now. You can say no.
then no. Amber is the closest thing I have to a friend.
You have an associate.
Yeah.
Dorian, I take it you have a friend.
Oh yeah, Phoebe Johnson.
And where would you like Phoebe to go?
Yeah, you already know, right
Yep.
next to me.
Damien, do you have a
Yeah.
friend?
Yeah, I probably have a friend.
Who's your friend?
I just need to find a name. I bet me, Aisha, and they get along really well. Would probably be right in front of Aisha. Kind of want to. Will came up as a name,
Yes,
but I
bring
don't want
back
to know.
Will.
No, not bringing back Will. Fuck him.
Bring back Will.
I mean, everyone's already fucked Will. Damien, we don't
yeah.
have to fuck him anymore.
Yeah, honey. He's
Yeah.
been, everyone's ridden that. You don't need to.
Alex.
Alex.
Oh, bring back Alex.
Oh, right. Come on.
Nope, it's fine.
No,
Alex.
It's fine. It's fine. Just like I'm thinking, that's a nice name. You know, could fit.
Just make sure you put
I suddenly
that name-
remember where that name was last used, and I'm like, oh boy.
Put that in the NPC sheet on the other softwares. And tell me a little bit about them. Madeline.
So I know you said he wasn't in my class, but Finn is my best friend.
Okay, well I have room for him, so
Yeah, can you put him diagonal behind me?
Okay.
D6. Thanks.
So I have a
He's my
couple
best
spaces
friend.
open. I'm gonna fill those with people. However, yeah, I'll fill those with people. However, there's going to be one person here by the name of Ilya. You all know this. I'm just going to preface this for you all now. Ilya will not be there on the when we start the week.
Is there a full moon there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Or like it's not there yet or will not be in school.
Will not have shown up. And
Okay.
Ilya has perfect attendance.
Mm.
Prides themselves. They may not pride.
Teaser for what we're about to face. I see.
They have many. They don't have like the greatest academic record, but their perfect attendance. They love that shit. That is a badge of honor. They've come to school
I don't
sick
like that. Well, good.
and had to wear medical masks so as not to infect the sickness to others, but refused to stay home.
Oh, she's that bitch with the Rona.
So I will fill in the other ones with other people. I get 6. I get 6 people that I get to use and make it for all of you. So
I have
that
a
is-
question, though.
I have an answer.
Does no one just question the fact why I have a very large, burly man just standing behind my desk?
Rich people don't.
Okay, that's fair.
I will say, as opposed to the friend, please, Marquise, please feel free to make a character that I think is good in the class for me. Because, it's not just Eddie and Amber, who I'm sure I think need to never be slighted. Or
Okay.
else.
How about we make that character right now? And I'm going to call them Devin. Devin. I will make a little bit more about him. But he's the good person, like a genuinely decent human being.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, since you asked that, I think that's a great segue. Dorian, or Bees, who is something you would like me to create in this class for you?
God.
Whew, let me see. So I'm still trying to figure out what the hell Mason is going to be.
That's fine.
But
Maybe they're, like
somebody
a
else.
gardener.
Yeah. Because I noticed there's not too many, I guess, positive magic users that I can interact with.
Is Mason a witch?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I want to do that with Mason or if make the new NPC that you're creating that.
You tell me.
So I think we will do that with the new NPC.
Okay, so there's another magic user.
Yes.
And they're going to sit right in front of you.
Whoa.
So tell me about them.
Okay.
No, it's fine. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. Whereas you are in voodoo, I think this is someone who deals more in elixirs.
Okay.
Someone whose spellcasting is brewing. And I'm going to call that person Angela. Damien, who'd like me to create for you?
Ooh.
Someone you can. It could be a good person like these two, or it could just be like someone that you just like feel like you want to have a fight with, other than Cliff.
I feel like we've created already plenty of bad people that we're probably going to try to mess with. So a good person, maybe from the Middle East or something, could be nice. Since that's where I like seeing those people. I don't know. Another skin person.
It doesn't have to be. It could be.
No, like someone with another one of the skins that could be nice. A Middle Eastern fae.
Ooh, someone who likes to deal in promises. Hold on a moment.
I can probably send you some legends and lores from the area.
Bring back Halit.
Halit, yeah.
Bring back Halit.
The genie.
Bring back the
By
genie.
the way, I just want to say the genie and the jinn that's attached to Aisha are probably different things.
Yeah. So Halit is going to sit next to Alex. And then finally, Madeline, is there somebody you'd like me to create for you?
Oh yeah, make me a lady love that I am just so infatuated with. Just fuck me up, because I can't deal with women.
The third cheerleader.
I am.
Maybe good.
I want her to be wholesome, like everything that Madeline is not.
I'm going to. Ooh.
Everything that Madeline is not. I want a lady love who I am just enthralled with. Everything that Madeline is not.
Her name is Cassandra.
Cassandra
She is the head of the Glee Club. No, even worse, Key Club.
Key Club? No, I hate Key Club.
What's Key Club?
Ugh.
So Key Club is the club of volunteers.
Who my Key Club did they went and did prom at a nursing home and would take a bunch of selfies being like, we're better than you.
Oh.
Yeah, but this is a Catholic school, so their shit has to be super extra.
I went to a Catholic school too, and that's what we did.
Yeah, and so Cassandra is
and it's
the
a rich
truly
Catholic school,
goodest
super
of
extra.
people.
She is the goodest of goods.
Devin is a good, but Cassandra is just I would rip my heart from my chest and give it to you if you were hungry.
Yep.
By the way, Kimberly would be a part of this Key Club too. Then, as an overachiever, just saying.
Okay.
Where does Cassandra sit so I know where I have to avoid
She's going to sit
eye
on the
contact?
far wall right behind Ilya.
Okay.
And
avoid eye contact.
Yeah, no, she's just sitting there. She's being a very studious person next to the wall. I'm so
horrible things I already want to do to her.
Marquise is bored to run this game.
Yeah.
He's
so sorry for
the evil gears turning.
I'm
In
so
that beautiful
sorry.
mind
I made her. I was
already.
like, I want Marquise to just destroy Madeline. So you know what? Let's make a lady love.
Yeah, here's the thing about Cassandra. For some reason, like, her buttons can never just stay buttoned, and her
Fuck.
skirt just always comes up, and it just shows you little lacy things.
Oh, my little by heart can't handle this. My
Mind you,
Anna's
she
little by
has
heart.
a promise ring on.
Of course she does.
She's
Is it to
saving herself for
Jesus?
Jesus.
It's to Jesus. Of course it is.
God.
She won't kiss a boy until they're married. Maybe even not even hold hands. It depends.
I mean, she's held hands with a few people before because, listen,
I'm
she's really into
surprised.
hugs.
Does she
Listen.
swing both ways? Because this is Catholic school, and if
This
she's
is-
saving herself for Jesus, she don't swing both ways.
This is high school, honey. This is Monster Hearts High School. Everyone
Okay,
swings both ways.
That's fair.
There are some hard characters in my games. However, most people can be seduced because they're all teenagers and they all have hormones.
That's
And
fair.
that doesn't make any sense in teenage minds.
The horrible things I already want to do to this character.
She held hands with someone though, like
I know.
Because,
Impure.
listen, she loves hugs. She's not stopping herself from touching other people.
That's
She's
fair.
just stopping herself from doing improper things in the eyes of the Lord.
Oh, I
feel
hate
like
her.
And we
she has
all.
a very loose
Amen.
definition of that. If like she's holding hand.
Damien, why would you think that holding hands is improper?
Father Ignatius said that.
Well, I think I'm going to have a very long talk with Father Ignatius about holding hands.
Meanwhile,
That's
you
probably
guys
why-
just see like that anime like symbol on
the
Madeline's head, and
vein.
she's just
Oh,
struggling to like. she's
Please
like,
have a
The
conversation.
dark heart
with
appears,
the
but as an
Father
anime, like.
Ignatius.
Damien, that's probably why you're such a sad person all the time, because you don't want to hold anyone's hands.
Who said I was sad? That is.
I can see it all over
preposterous.
your face. I want to make you feel better. Come on, bring it in.
I want to make you feel a lot of things. It's fine.
All right, I will accept. Please, I
and then
will
right as you
accept
go
that
in, a
hug.
button pops.
God damn it, Cassandra!
No one has
Yeah,
ever
Madeline.
turned down a hug from
I
Cassandra.
look at Madeline and I'm like,
She's like, yeah, I get it.
Oh, I was watching. I can hear those buttons pop. It's like
Yep.
a vampire. It's like a werewolf thing, and just for her buttons.
it is so much nicer up front, Madeline.
She smells heavenly.
I hate this NPC already. Why did I do this to myself?
I'm so glad you did.
My little by heart can't stand this.
And I have two more that I get to make for myself.
Yay.
Mhm.
So,
Bring back
um,
Cindy Kingston. That was a fun.
Can we all just take 1 second to acknowledge how beautiful it is that Sinan has put Alex and Halit next to each other?
Oh, what? Really?
oh yeah, you did.
I did not put
Oh.
Bardy anywhere. Oh no. Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
The wholesome people.
Yeah.
And since time and space.
Oh.
Okay, so I'll figure out what to do with those two later. You'll see in game. However, now we get to the other stuff, the other NPCs. We're gonna talk about adults.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oof.
I don't like this game.
So, Vince, what adult do you trust?
Officer Vernon Barker, of course. My uncle, my dad's
Slash
partner.
Vampire Lord.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's been my dad's partner since my dad's partner. He doesn't like to talk about it.
Mhm.
And yes.
We forgot the outside of the school students.
Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna get to them in a second on the back end.
We don't need to get to them at all.
Oh no, we do.
Ever.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you there. Just when
You're
you said
fine.
adults, I just want.
Um,
We don't need to get
and
to them at all.
I trust him implicitly. Listen, he wouldn't have done what he did with me if it wasn't right, which means that he has a good grasp on
Oh
justice
my god, you
and how
poor
the
little
world works.
brainwashed baby.
Oh, I can't wait. Dorian.
And I hate that some people would use the cowardly tactic of accusing him of being a dirty cop to try and discredit all the good he's done for this town.
Mm,
Cannot stand it.
yeah.
Man,
Hey,
people.
Dorian.
Yes.
Who's an adult you trust?
My wonderful Aunt Natia.
She's currently, trying to teach you on the down low when she can. You know what she probably does? She probably comes to your school like during lunchtime, and like every other week or every 3 weeks, and it's just like, all right, let's do a quick lesson while your stepdad isn't like paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing regular, just nothing too regular as to be called out by the school administration.
Yeah, exactly. But we do speak almost every day through text, and the whole situation that happened with his grandmother, he was very, very distraught when he wasn't able to like at least say goodbye or anything. And like a day after, she messaged him and she was telling him all about how his grandmother constantly talked about him, and would peer in on him every once in a while with her powers, and she cared for him till the end, and it made him feel a lot better. It helped him heal.
Fucking healthy love shit. This is really great.
What bullshit is this? What fresh hell?
Damien, adult you trust.
Mr. Carter, Nick Carter, Neil Carter.
Thank you.
Yep, why?
Am I not mistaken? Nick Carter is either NSYNC or Backstreet Boy?
Yes.
I don't know, but I know a Neil
He is
Carter in
indeed.
real life, though.
That's fine. It was just more like, I'm pretty sure Nick Carter is a
Boy band, yeah.
It's a boy bander of some sort.
Well, Neil Carter he's a school janitor. He so sometimes like I once mistook. Sometimes it becomes a little too much because I'm always trying so hard to be a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And I once mistook Father Ignatius to be actually a fatherly figure by becoming vulnerable next to him. And then I realized that was a mistake really quick. And I realized that I want to be a leader at one point and I can't show that side. So I don't try to show my emotional side at all, and when it gets a little too much, I try to find a corner where I can like be completely alone and cry. And he saw me, and actually offered me his little office to like be in private and let loose of some emotions, alone on my own. He also sometimes listens to me while he does his job. He doesn't really say anything, but I really appreciate his presence in these like lonely times, and it's like one of the people who actually show me a level of kindness, like genuine kindness.
Madeline.
Also, I trust Father Ignatius, but not as much because there's a distance there always.
Yeah, emotional distance.
Yeah.
Madeline.
Yes.
What adult do you trust?
My biological father, Henry Chapman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still currently in the UK, just keeping an eye on things in case
Must make you feel lonely.
A little bit.
Hey, Vincent. What adult are you afraid of?
Ooh, yeah. What did I say for this again? Oh yeah, Hank Jeffries, the man that my uncle and I framed.
Yeah.
Fair.
There's no way he could possibly ever get out for, exonerating evidence.
No way.
We
Airtight.
can make Vincent, we can make that disappear, honey.
Dorian, what adult are you afraid of?
Sterling Arthur Pendrake.
What a name.
Pendrake. Love it.
Yep. He is a ghoulish, sinister piece of shit.
Yeah.
And wherever he goes, he brings a cloud of ill will and despair.
Damien, what adult are you afraid of?
Oof, I have so many. Everyone top ranking or that I see the most in my parents' little social club.
Mm-hmm.
There's William and Laura Clement, who always look at me really weirdly, and Laura asks me a lot of weird sex-related questions that I'm like a little like, come on. There's Isabel and Lucille Lexington, who are just like very intense always. Christian and Richard Lowell, who boring but to an unearthly degree. Then there's Gwyneth and Baron Lexington, who just like exude like power just by being there, and they intimidate me the most.
8 people. 8
Yeah.
adults.
Four couples.
Yeah, I love it. Madeline,
Yes.
adult you're afraid of.
His name is Fletcher Wilson. He lives on the outskirts of town, deep in the motherfucking woods. He had a wife, but she may or may not have been a casualty to a violent crime that Dante was a part of.
Dante being...
My non-biological father.
But Finn's biological dad.
We don't know if he knows, but he's gone afterwards. He's gone like full Batman brain, where he will not go to the law. He's going to take justice into his own hands. So he terrifies me.
Yeah.
People think he's crazy, which is like the only like redeeming thing I have, is I can maybe play off the fact he's fucking insane.
Yeah. Vincent,
Mm-hmm.
what person we know about your secret but shouldn't?
One of the teachers. Well, I guess it wouldn't really be Ms. It would be Sister Durango.
I mean, they can be Ms. in Catholic schools too.
I suppose, yeah. So Ms. Durango, one of the hottest teachers. Everyone agrees. Who one of the main classes she teaches is health. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes, Ricky?
Sorry, I'm counting the number of super hot teachers in your school.
So many.
It's kind of gross, but we'll get to that in a moment. Go ahead.
And I don't know. Whenever I kind of lose some control, find a bathroom or a private space, or when I walk out of a private space having gazed into the abyss, she just is always nearby and kind of like waves at me. It's uncanny.
Is it like a cheery wave or like a I know you?
Oh, it's very cheery. She's a very cheery person.
Gotcha. That's what I like to hear.
It's a Gracie wave.
Listen, she knows that when you're this age, there's a lot of hormones, and you just have to do your best to resist those impulses.
Does she
For your
think you're
health.
jacking off in the bathroom?
Jesus.
Does she think
Maybe.
you're jacking off in the bathroom?
Or maybe there's something
Maybe
else.
she knows there might be a little bit more
Dorian,
to say.
what person may know your secret but shouldn't?
Damn. For that one, I put. Well, for that one, does that have to be an adult or?
It could
Mine
be
isn't an
anything.
adult.
Okay, because mine was Martin. God damn it!
They're just not a part of your class.
No. He's the NPC that you said that somebody a kid that isn't in your class. It's him.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, Martin Chamberlain Fitzgerald. The reason being is I was out in the woods practicing magic by myself one night, and in the middle of a spell, Martin happened upon the site I was practicing at. Trying to sneak up, he snapped a branch, and it spooked me, and I ran off, knocking over a lantern and causing a fire. He never saw my face, but I heard his voice, and that's how I know who it was. And I'm terrified that he may learn that it was me and tell everyone about my powers.
Cool. Damien, what person may know your secret but shouldn't?
Well, pretty sure Mr. Carter knows, but he never really reacts, so I'm like, don't really know. Also, Mr. Wilson. Actually put a first name in this NPC sheet, but I forgot.
Teacher?
Clint Wilson. No, bus driver.
Oh, the bus driver.
Always looks at the rear window funny and looks at me through it and like as if he sees something. And I'm like concerned.
Gotcha.
Because I know not part of the order. I've asked the father Ignatius before. No. And I noticed he's not looking at anyone else.
Just you.
Yeah.
With his all-knowing eyes.
He kind of looks away when I look at him. Sometimes they're just like, what? Face at him, and he like turns.
Probably very slowly, because again, you're like a kid, and he's a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
You should also be paying attention to driving, though. If he's
I know. I'm kind of scared. I'm scared this bus is going to crash at one point, and it's not going to be nice, and I don't want it to be my fault. And I don't think it would be my fault. It would be his fault, but you know.
Hey,
Hey.
what person may know about your secret but shouldn't?
Caleb Presley. He is Finn's best friend. Used to come over to the house all the time till he saw me changing one day. Maybe he saw the dark heart. Maybe he was just aroused, but he doesn't show up anymore around the house ever, and he actively avoids me anytime I walk anywhere in his general direction at school.
Love it. Vincent, teen outside of school that you fear.
That would be, my old friend. Where is this boy? Colin Weedle.
Weedle.
Mm-hmm. We used to bond about having kind of absentee dads, although I would not bring up moms, 'cause that's a touchy subject for him. And I got turned and my life changed really quickly, and in a moment of weakness I made out with his girlfriend, and so we just haven't talked. It just hasn't come up.
Yeah, you lost control one time and boom, smooches.
Yes. I mean, he goes to a different school now. He goes to my old school, so it's fine.
Dorian, what's the teen outside of school that you fear?
Mary Beth Pendrake.
Ooh, cousin?
Stepsister.
Mm.
Yeah,
Why doesn't she go to your school?
Because she is being tutored by an array of world-class teachers. Well, I mean, that's still to be
She's
decided.
She's too good for St. Sebastian Prep.
Yes, exactly. No child of Sterling's will be attending a public school.
Not really public, it's a private, but it's not private
Yeah, I mean,
enough.
that's what I meant, yeah.
Obviously there are poor people at this school.
Yeah, look at Vincent.
They let anyone in, so...
Exactly. I mean, listen, knowing you only so much about your dad, probably I get pointed to as
look at this kid.
Yeah, look at that disgusting kid. She is a medium height ginger who is the daughter of Sterling. She is clearly spoiled by her father and acts as such. Her mother died when she was young, and her father didn't know much about raising a child. So he gave her everything she wanted, but was never really there for her. When her father married a random woman that he'd only known for a little bit, she got jealous and was quite a bitch at first. After a little bit of time, she accepted my mother's presence because her father made it very clear that she is far higher on the totem pole.
Ooh.
So she still butts heads with Dorian from time to time, but he's given her everything except for companionship. So she's kind of growing attached to Dorian, and Dorian does the best he can to shake her out of that spoiled ass nature because he can see some good in her. She's just been on the wrong path too long, so he's trying to help her. But he is terrified of her because she has limitless connections and resources at her disposal, and if she goes into a spoiled bitch fit, there's really not much that can stop her.
Damien, teen outside of school that you fear?
Ophelia Lexington. They are the child of Gwyneth and Baron Lexington.
Also probably another homeschooled child.
No. They go to those boarding, those really, really fancy boarding schools in Switzerland or somewhere in Europe where they change in the winter. They go to a skiing resort for school. They get maids. Those schools exist.
I hate rich people.
I hate rich people too.
I know people who've gone there. They're one of those people that have school-provided maids to clean their rooms. Yeah, that exist. I can send you the names. And they are. I hate them, and I want them because of it too. They are just perfect, beautiful, handsome, and they're the star of my parents' club. Anytime my parents usually do talk to me, it's about what Ophelia is up to. Oh, have you heard what Ophelia did this and that? Ophelia did that and this. And in that little tone of like, why don't you do this and that and that and this? And yeah, and every so often, Ophelia comes back to town, and it becomes an event. Boy, it becomes an event because their parents love them, so they love coming back from all the way from Europe to here. Not even on breaks, like for dumb reasons too. Like, oh, it was the weekend and we could have, yeah.
Let me just ask this question, Damien. Why do you fear her?
Why do I fear her? Because I'm kind of scared that so I don't want this future that my parents have in line for me, but I'm also scared that like Ophelia might also be a part of that future in some way. Maybe Ophelia is the preferred one of that future. The one day, like, I don't know what their what.
Let me help you there, friend.
Okay, help me, Marcus.
One time, it was just in passing, but your mom may have intimated that you and Ophelia would be getting married in the future.
I knew there was going to be some freaking arranged marriage vibes.
That. That also, another thing that scares me is that I believe they know more than I do about the club.
She does.
And I don't know why.
100%.
And it really upsets me that that's the case. Because when I talk to Ophelia, they sometimes say things like, oh, you didn't know about that? Oh, sorry. Oh, I should stop. And I'm like, no, please continue. And they're like, no.
Well, I mean, they would probably tell you more if you would just agree to be their date to the next meeting.
Ooh.
I mean, it'll be so easy, Damien.
Oh boy,
I tell you everything.
Stop resisting.
Just stop resisting, Damien. It's your destiny. It's our destiny, Damien.
Father Ignatius, where you at?
Daddy House.
Where you at?
Run to the celibate.
I need you know what?
This priesthood thing is sounding real good.
It's not that bad. I need a confessional booth now.
Madeline.
I don't even know how they work.
What is a teen outside of school that you fear?
Jada Taylor.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about her?
She is on the level of Cindy Kingston, Black Goddess level. She was a friend. When I was back in the UK, I became heavily infatuated with her. She was in a relationship, and those horrible, dominating, aggressive feelings came back and just started to tell me to just light everything on fire. So I just lit everything on fire. And maybe Jada's girlfriend Melanie was caught in the blaze. She didn't die, but she sure as hell was disfigured as all hell, and then I ran.
That's why you're in America.
And that's why I'm in America.
Running from Jada Taylor.
Yeah, running from every horrible thing. Jada Taylor and Melanie.
So, that's that. What is the relationship like with your parents, Vince?
Well, my dad is not around much because he's a police officer, and he's always been very involved, trying to impart life lessons and safety tips. It was one of those things of like, we'd park in the grocery store parking lot, and before I got out of the car, he'd be like, did you check for people outside the car? Every time. And so, I eventually learned to do the motions. But
More cop than dad.
Exactly.
Your
And
mom?
my mom is not the most checked in. I mean, they definitely were in love for a while, but after my dad's partner, I don't know, went away and my dad won't talk about it, he kind of grew apart from her and she started having an affair with someone. And so she's also not the most around anymore. She doesn't like spending evenings in the home, our home.
But of course, your dad kind of works like night shifts anyway, so it's not like
Right.
she's missed.
He's none the wiser.
How
She's a
about
smart woman.
how about with Eddie?
Well, we were two peas in a pod, and we would like talk about everything. And then what happened to me happened, and I started closing myself off a little bit. But and then what happened to him happened, and he closed off.
Let me run down that chain of events, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
You were both like this. He was the peanut butter to your jelly,
Oh yeah,
the yin to your yang.
Yeah.
Inseparable. And then you got turned. Then you closed off. And then Eddie kept trying, you want to build a snowman?
Oh
And you just were like, nope.
no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
bye.
that kind of drove him in other directions, looking for older brotherly affection that maybe was wrong.
Vincent doesn't know what you're trying to implicate, Marquise. I really have no idea.
Yeah, absolutely not.
What are you implying?
Nothing says older brotherly love like a 25-year-old man.
I mean, listen, we all make mistakes when we're that young, and we need someone to give us some amount of validation because our brothers have taken it from us. Obviously, your relationship to your brother changed when your powers emerged. Did it change with your parents? Probably not, because
Yes. So because of how my powers came about, my dad became even more protective of me, which is why he transferred us, and is now very insistent about knowing where I am, like
right,
after school and
because
stuff.
it is alleged that the man you put away, Mr. Jeffries, did something to you that was what. Yeah, and obviously very terrified for your safety.
Right.
And may or may not have some issues with Vernon. After all, it was his negligence that put you in risk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does your mom have a job?
I feel like she basically works for Goop. She sells self-improvement products.
Love it. Love that for you. Oh, poor baby Sadan. Question.
They're not beauty products. They're
so obviously there are some
products.
secrets that your parents are keeping from you that I'm not going to tell you about. But are there any secrets that you think your parents are keeping from you that you would like to just weave into the narrative?
I mean, obviously, my mother's having an affair with someone.
I already know exactly who it is.
Right. So we'll find out that in game. And then, I don't think any other than that, there's any that I know about.
Okay. Dorian. Obviously,
Yes.
you don't have a relationship with your biological father.
Not anymore.
How's your relationship like with your biological mom?
Okay at best. She was a wonderful parent when his father was still alive, but she took his death pretty hard and went into survival mode.
Yeah.
And for some reason, still doesn't understand why, grew close to Sterling very quickly. And then they got married sooner than you would think a grieving widow would do so.
We're talking
And
3 months?
Yeah, about 4. Yeah. Like he died and
barely been cold in the grave, and she already had a man.
Oh yeah, she was hurt. From what she said, she was looking out for the family, making sure that we maintained our lifestyle and in fact improved it. But he looks at her now and he sees that she's just an empty shell of a human being, and she's a puppet of what he once knew as his mother.
Oof. You don't have any siblings, correct?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, I mean, technically, Mary Beth, legal sibling.
Yeah. Obviously, your relationship didn't change to your mom when your powers emerged.
No.
And Sterling does not know that you have powers.
Actually, things kind of did change. It was around the time. It was around the time that my grandmother was cast out, and he he was in that whole if I can't have it, nobody can. So if it was, he treated my mom like crap, but never like actually abused her.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I was just trash that was gum on her shoe that she brought into his house.
Mm.
So it just, he was already cold and distant, and then after that it just got worse.
Yeah. What does Sterling do?
That's a good question. He doesn't discuss business with anybody in the house.
Mm.
And I have no clue. I know that he shortly before my father died, he was working with my father. And yeah, that kind of leads me to the secret. The secret.
Yeah.
Oh, the secret is that Sterling had Dorian's father killed to move his way into the family and try and get access to that magic.
Mm.
So he is a very shady individual, and he did not woo Dorian's mother by natural means.
I know. There's some very, very unnatural things that happened in that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
So,
Damien,
Mm-hmm.
your parents just find nothing good about you, huh?
No. My mom sometimes talks to me, but one day, like a little more than my dad. The only times when they actually have show me attention is that when they have at least like show me a semblance of attention is when I make them proud in a way. And
But
I
not
don't
in
know
ways that make
always,
you feel good.
Yeah. And I don't know what will make them proud of me sometimes.
I do. And I'll tell you,
No.
when you destroy someone, that makes them proud.
Mm-hmm.
They ask you about that a lot. Like, hey, remember when you really humiliated that one kid? Yeah, that's the kind of boy I want to have in my house.
They kind of don't like. They kind of don't. They kind of snuffed out the kindness in me, kindness for strangers in me when at an early age. There was this like one time when they like used to take me to these like swimming classes, and there was this like swimming race, and I knew that back then I thought my parents would always love me, but and then I was in this race and I saw this one kid whose parents were yelling at them earlier, and he was like way in the back, so I felt bad for him and I stopped a little in the middle so he would catch up, and then I lost, and they saw me wait for him. Ooh, I was punished severely for that, and I realized the love was conditional for like them being proud of me that day.
There are no losers in the Crowley house.
There's no real losers. I can never afford to be a loser. I can either, and so I always strive to make them proud of me.
Your parents ever hit you before?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have any siblings, right?
Nope, only child.
When you made this deal with Father Ignatius and the Order, did it change your relationship with your parents? Do they, do they suspect something is off with you?
Yes, I've noticed things start to shift a little. I don't know. I'm yet to reveal to them this thing that I've got going, but I think they see me more somehow.
They ask more questions about you and your day.
They do ask me more questions to me. They talk to me a little bit more. It's not like how they get when they're proud of me, but they're more interested in me.
Yeah. And
that is exciting because it's new.
Yeah.
I do like it when they're proud of me and start saying things like, that's my son, even though that's not how they say it. They say it in a less like cold way. More cold way.
And what secrets do they keep from you? Obviously, there are the secrets that I know, but what secrets do you want to say they're keeping from you in game?
I don't know the secrets they're keeping from me. You told me that the the part of my character was the secrets you get to have.
I mean, there's that really big one. I can't wait for you to find that one out.
Oh,
He
snap.
says casually.
I can't wait for you to find that one out.
I'm terrified to find out whatever that is. What other secrets? I mean, they're cult. They probably have like that. Those noises of screams I hear occasionally at night of people are probably not really horror movies that they watch, or them having, intimate times, them having sex. Probably something else.
No,
Maybe
that works. I like it. See, again, you're just sprinkling extra things, a little bit more flavor for me.
What other secrets? Yeah, there's the whole thing about Ophelia. There's that their whole club sometimes evaluates me. Talks about me.
Okay, I was like, do they just like hold up signs? It was like,
no.
Today he's an 8. Someday he's a 2.
They're
His
watching
ass is
me
a
very
3.
closely. Maybe.
They are all just like, it's like they're all looking for you to do something, and that hasn't happened yet. I like it. Adeline.
These are all like things I'm guessing from what you've shared with me.
These are just things that will just like help me
Okay.
construct a great narrative for you.
And I'm adding to them.
Yeah.
Trying to figure
You don't have to
it out.
know the secrets. You can just be like,
Yeah.
there's this weird thing that's going on.
And our wealth is not
Yes.
by natural means.
Oh, your parents don't really have jobs, do they?
No, not really.
They're just like somehow rich.
They
I mean, they definitely have old money.
They have very old money, and they keep talking about the ancestors who have acquired it through, and it always used to be these like very big tales of grand beings that I always used to think were just creative stories. Even my little mind didn't believe that, but now I'm like, wait a minute.
What did they do?
They offered something. We may have some weird rituals sometimes. We do that thing Christians do of saying the grace or whatever. I'm from
bless a
Islamic
meal.
country, and I'm not religious myself, so I don't know these things that well. I mean, I know from what I
I'll
see.
take care of that for you in game.
But it's
Resident
usually,
Catholic school kid, I got you.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. But they tend to be for things that are not really Christian related.
Yeah.
They say a bunch of names, some of which I don't recognize, and some of which, I remember hearing that once. What was that? Maybe Father Ignatius knows. I'm not sure if I want to get the answer from my dad.
Adeline.
Yes.
So, your biological father,
Yes, Henry.
Henry, loves you deeply
Yes, he does.
and tried for a very long time to kind of keep you out of the family business.
Of course, because, you got to protect the wee one.
But Dante was not about that.
Not so much, no.
Because Dante didn't want his baby boy involved.
At all.
And unfortunately, in your parents' relationship, Dante is clearly the top.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever Dante wants, Dante
Dante
gets.
gets.
And so even if it means Henry has to expose his little girl to danger, then yeah. But of course, after you burn down that girl's house.
Oops.
Well, it just made it even more so like she can be a part of the criminal enterprise. We're not going to put baby Finn in there. He's too precious. He's too good.
Mm-hmm.
Madeline, she's a bitch anyways.
Thanks, Dante. Thanks.
But Finn sees nothing but good in you.
Of course he does. We like this.
And he loves
We're like
you.
what Vincent and Eddie used to be, but we're still like that.
Right, because nothing terrible's happened to Vin.
Yeah.
And so, you two are pretty close. Your powers kind of emerged. Did it change your relationship with Finn?
Yes.
Does he know?
He does not. I refuse to tell him, though I have seen the same mark on him, only in gold, because he walks around shirtless, because he's a teenage boy. So he'll walk around shirtless all the fucking time. But yeah.
Gentlemen,
so
we know
I've
what we're
seen-
talking about.
I've seen the mark on him, except for it's in gold and not black and purple.
Yeah.
So I've kept to myself out of fear that it will hurt him.
Yeah.
Because I saw what happened with Jada. I'm afraid that if I let him know, he will get hurt.
Yeah. Or more importantly, he will just never want to be your friend again.
That too.
Marquise, I have something juicy that I thought of.
Okay.
I want to share my secrets.
Oh, right. Please.
Yeah, share your secrets.
Yeah, my dad's definitely knew what they were getting into while having me and Finn.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally don't know why they need me, but I'll let Marquise figure that one out.
I already know.
I feel like it was more I was on purpose. They created me and my powers on purpose, and Finn was a happy accident, as Bob Ross says. They also don't tell me exactly what they do crime-wise. I was always under the impression white-collar crimes, but then things with Fletcher happened, and we learned that less white-collar crimes because someone died. So, don't know what it is. They also don't tell me how much danger I'm in. All I know is I'm in more danger than Finn, which is why I have my posse.
Vince, that's the juicy thing?
So, this is not something probably Vince has noticed. However, Hector, my father, obviously is growing a little bit apart from his partner, my uncle. However, there's also a bit of longing in the glances he shares with him.
Ooh.
That's maybe been there for a long time.
Make everything a little bit gayer. Let's go. Me and my two dads.
Oh, that is enough for the NPCs. One quick second. Okay, so finally, there is the matter of physical setting. The school. Obviously, we know that it's called St. Sebastian Prep.
Yep.
We know that we're in the state of Louisiana. Vincent.
Yeah.
I need a name for the town.
All right. Let me see here. Barrow Heights.
Barrow Heights, Louisiana.
Spell that.
BARROW Heights.
Thank you.
BARR?
Mm-hmm.
BARROW Heights. Dorian, or Bees.
Yeah.
How close to New Orleans is Barrow Heights?
It's about a good 50 miles. No, 30 miles.
30 miles from Nolens. Okay. So obviously we have to kind of build the town of Barrow Heights, but first we need a couple things about the school. So obviously we know that it's St. Sebastian Prep. Damien, how many students are at your school? Counting all four of the grades, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
I don't know. What's usually a standard size for us, like a town like this, school?
Actually, why don't we ask that question to you then, Damien? How many people live in Barrow Heights?
I'm usually bad with population numbers. It's a decent sized. Let me see.
You get to determine the size of your city.
So it's a city, right?
Mm-hmm. Not in like the traditional urban sense of like what New York City would be. Think of just Barrow Heights contains many, many rich folk. They are able to access New Orleans whenever they want and other places throughout the state, but they certainly can't. They are certainly
close
far
to
enough away.
200,000, maybe. Is that
100,000? Okay.
I was thinking 200,000. I was thinking of Providence, but maybe like 150.
150,000 of people. That's a decent size. And obviously they have other schools and whatnot. Mm-hmm. St. Sebastian Prep is just a very, very particular private school.
Yeah.
Most prestigious.
Yes, very most prestigious in probably the country. So with that, I'll ask you, Madeline, how many students are at your school?
We're gonna go with. I'm trying to think of my tiny private school. We're gonna go with like 750.
750.
It's prestigious.
Just about that. Yeah, that works. 750. And that's including all 4 grades, not
Yep.
just yours. Okay, so Vincent, you gave me the name of a teacher. Miss Durango, you said?
Ms. Durango.
Ms. Durango. What does she teach?
So like health and some English. Let's see.
Dorian, please give me a teacher.
Tiberius Atwell.
Father Atwell. What does Father Atwell teach?
He teaches history.
History. Damien, if you would please.
Teacher.
Yeah. Hold on. Durango is hot. Atwell, is he hot?
Adonis.
Hot. I love it. On to yours, Damon. Sorry for interrupting you.
Miss McKnight.
Miss McKnight.
Julia McKnight.
What does she teach? I'm going to go with Sister McKnight.
Sister McKnight. I was going to say drama, but now I don't think so as a sister.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Okay.
English and
because I just
drama.
loved your drama teacher from one of the other games we've played in the past.
Oh.
Wait, no, that was actually English. Never mind. Well, this could be English too.
Miss. Oh no, it can't be an English teacher. Sorry.
Okay.
Because. Oh, what is her name?
What about philosophy?
Lovecraft?
Miss Lovecraft is coming back.
Yes, we love Miss
awesome.
Lovecraft.
What about philosophy and
Religion
classes?
studies, obviously.
Oh,
She's a
there we
sister.
go.
But she's one of those progressive nuns.
Mhm. Also teaches some like
Oh, yeah, that's
classic literature.
why she took McKnight, because no way in hell would a traditional sister ever take that name.
She's a progressive sister. Madeline, why don't you make a teacher for me?
We're gonna do the exact opposite. Sister Mary Catherine. Yeah.
What does she teach?
We're gonna go with. I'm trying to think.
Math?
No. She's a sister in a very stereotypical. She teaches home ec.
Oh. Wait, does a rich place need home ec?
I mean, she can teach art.
Art, I like it. By the way, is Sister McKnight hot, Damien?
Yeah. Progressive nun. Yeah.
Progressive nut. I'm taking it Sister Mary Catherine is not hot.
She's like 75.
Prone.
She will beat your ass. But
She's one
not
of
in
them
a fun
old
way.
sisters.
Yeah. She will beat your ass, but not in a fun way.
Okay, and so there are a couple other ones. There is obviously your homeroom teacher and English teacher, Miss Lovecraft. I will explain her in game. I have a great
Love her.
I have a great tag for her.
Lovecraft.
She teaches English. Your current principal is Father Augustus Maxwell.
What happened to Poe?
Hold on.
He's coming in.
That doesn't trigger any father issues.
What you should know is the start of your session. Father Augustus has been transferred to a different parish. And you will all be getting a new principal who is not
Daddy Poe.
a part of the order, who is Principal Poe.
Daddy Poe.
Daddy Poe is back. Yes.
Oh, we love Daddy Poe.
Does the bet still stand?
I mean, if you want to lose another $5 to me, you totally can.
I mean, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
care.
we should get bees in on this. Bees, we all put $5 in a pot last game to the person who could seduce Daddy Poe and fuck him. if we didn't do it, Marquise got the money, so Marquise won last time.
I mean, no one really tried.
That's
it's not
fair.
that you didn't try. It's
honest.
just that you just all got distracted by doing your own things.
Yeah.
And so I still won.
Yeah.
It worked for me. However,
Ready to seduce Daddy Poe now.
yeah, the mechanics are you have to do a full success, so 10 or higher, in 3 different scenes in order for him to become interested in you and be like, okay, you know what? Maybe we'll try that. But if you fail, it has to be 3 consecutive. If you fail,
you start over.
You start over. Yeah, this is fucking Dark Souls, bitches. There are no checkpoints.
Oh.
Daddy Poe checkpoints.
Yeah, so thank you for those teachers. Obviously, Miss Lovecraft is the hottest in the school.
Oh,
Mr.
yeah,
Rango
she
is
is.
the second.
Mhm.
Father Tiberius Atwell, Sister and then we have Father Poe, and then we need a not hot male teacher.
So I had a suggestion, Mr. Jameson Toole, Toole.
How
The
about
one
Father
not
O'Toole?
father. Oh.
Because we need one again.
O'Toole.
Father O'Toole.
Right. Father O'Toole. Father Jameson O'Toole.
How about we make him vice principal?
Ooh.
Mm.
Make
Why
him-
don't we?
make him-
I
VP.
imagine him very greasy.
Not hot. He got
Very
passed,
greasy.
he got passed over the position of principal.
Ooh,
Yes,
he's not
he
gonna be
did.
salty about that.
Not at all. Okay. So we have your school name, we have your student pop, we have a good smattering of teachers, we have your town name, how far it is from New Orleans, your town size. So in your town, there's going to be a couple of things. Number 1, Vincent, where's your favorite place to go in town?
So there's a few diners in town, but one, I'm trying to think of a fun name for like my favorite. Like,
Come on,
it's
Mr.
it's like
Puns.
it's like the cop place to go, right? So
Mm.
it's where like they go and grab their coffee and a donut every morning.
How about we call it, why don't we call it Maggie's?
Great.
Aww! Yay!
Maggie's Diner.
Yeah,
Cops hang out there.
sounds great.
Dorian, where's your favorite place in town?
That would be the Everbrush Hollow.
Everbrush Hollow.
It
Ooh.
is a massive garden and like kind of like hedge maze thing, but like extremely grandiose.
I'm going to say that Everbrush Hollow is something that like all the rich people pour money into collectively to just like keep property values too high for the poors to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Then why is Vincent here? Yeah, exactly.
Because there have
No
to be
one
cops in
invited
town.
you.
Yeah, Vincent lives on like the edge of town.
Yeah.
Like the bus.
He has like an hour and 40-minute bus ride to get in. You're the first one who's picked up and the last one who's dropped off.
Always.
Funded by the riches.
By the way, is Maggie's like a family diner with someone named Kyle as the cook?
Oh, don't do that to me. Don't do that to my little heart.
Well, the reason I said Everbush Hollow, there is a landscaper who is named William.
Hey.
So that way, the hollow for Alex and
Aw.
the gate. Yep.
Oh man! Oh,
We doing all the throwbacks.
my little heart.
I can't handle it. Damien,
He's
what's your favorite place in town?
Oh, I don't. It's the Avalon Theater.
Avalon Theater.
It's a film theater that's kind of like oldie. It kind of has
Vintage film theater.
yeah. It's kind of old style. They show new movies as well, but I like going there when I want to be alone and like watch something, just decompress for 2 hours. Also, just like I like the darkness there.
Madeline.
Mm-hmm. You almost
What
called me
is-
Maggie, didn't you?
I did. I was calling Maggie.
I realized M names is probably a bad idea, but I
It's-
did it anyway.
It's cool. Tell me, what's your favorite place in town?
It is a bar called Masque, Masque. And
This has to be the gayest bar.
it is named after a gay bar that I used to frequent, yes. But it's one of the few bars that Madeline's fake ID works.
Mm.
And she likes to drink a lot.
Okay. Vincent, I need one more place to go in your town.
I feel like there's got to be a country club.
Ooh.
Description.
Yeah,
So,
why should name that country club?
Let me.
You need a country club name? I worked at one. You want one?
I'm trying to hold up. Yeah. Jenny Point.
Jenny Point Country Club.
It's definitely Pointe, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Dorian, give me a place. Real fast. Well, actually, let me ask you this question about the country club. Because everyone here is kind of like on the wealthier side. Who all can get into Jenny Point?
Not Vincent.
Jenny Point is the country club you go when you're going through hard times in this community. It's the So amongst probably Damien's family, telling someone that they would fit in great at Jenny Point is probably an insult of a very high degree.
Ooh.
It's a very
Honey,
nice
why
place.
don't you go back to Jenny Point?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
God.
it's
Take your
but
trailer
also my
trash
family
ass
could
back
never
to Jenny
appoint-
Point.
My family could never afford to go to
Right.
Jenny Point.
Oh, guess who's getting the condition belongs at Jenny Point?
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Guess who's getting that condition?
Dorian, why don't you, I need one more place in town.
So glad.
Sorry. It will be. Let me think. Oh my God, I'm thinking of lots of fun places, but I'm like, no, snooty rich people wouldn't want to go there.
You never know. Again, this is your town. Put whatever the fuck you want in it.
There is close to the outskirts of town. There is a old mom and pop's like parlor kind of thing. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to describe this place I went to when I lived in Miami. It's called Jackson's, and it is they have just random knickknacks and shit all over the walls, and they give you like these crazy drinks and desserts, and it's just
So like
off the wall.
An old school malt shop.
Yes, but like
We
really
are Riverdale.
just yeah. So
I mean, this is the place, that the students might hang out at, but the adults don't.
Exactly. No.
All right, so what's it called?
That would be oh my God, I just had a name.
Names are hard.
Yeah. Grimple's Shop with like
Grimple's.
2 P's and an E. Shoppe. Just Grimple, Grimple. And that is owned and ran by good old reliable Octavius Grimple.
Octavius Grimple.
Please tell me he has a glass eye that he like pops out for the kids.
It never really faces a direction. It's always wandering.
Hey, Bad Eye Moody. Who are you? Damien, I need another place in town.
So we are in like we're in Louisiana, right? So like swampy.
No.
No,
No.
we would never settle near
Not
swamps.
swamp, but like water.
There could probably be like a river or something flowing through your town if you want it to be.
Like, what about one of those like Louisiana-esque like barge clubs things that?
Oh, like a riverboat.
Yeah, like a riverboat club, like a big, very fancy.
This is where the
Florida.
actual
Kind
rich
of-
people go.
Yeah, this is where
they're very lax laws, so like gambling and a lot of other vice.
Listen, anytime
stuff.
there's lax laws around rich people,
It's
someone's
great.
getting murdered. Like
Purge.
Somebody's getting hunted
Yeah.
for sport. Yeah.
Someone can
Fletcher's
be thrown
wife.
off the. Someone can be thrown off the edge and no one would know about it because
There are dead bodies in that water.
Fletcher's, yeah. Oh, so many.
So it's like a
Madeline knows
big
all of it.
steamboat club
Mm-hmm. What's the boat called?
where a lot of our parents probably frequent, especially Madeline's. What the name? The Dreamlands.
The Dreamland Riverboat.
I was thinking either that or Dagon Express. Want to put an H.P. Lovecraft reference there.
Real rich people hang out here.
This is where the real money.
Damien, what's the name of the river?
Oh, what's the name of the river? Gotta find a name.
Okay, you do
Come
that.
to me.
Madeline,
I like making
Yep.
references.
I need one more place.
So it's called the Square. It's like literally in just smack dab in the center of town. Big old fountain in the fucking middle, and just like a bunch of little shops like surrounding it in a literal square.
Mhm.
Hence why it's called the Square.
Super bougie town square.
But I mean, when we
Oh,
say
yeah.
shops, we're talking like Saks Fifth Avenue.
Yeah,
and-
we're talking about like not like mom and pop. Like we're talking about.
I'm gonna ask you a couple things about the river. Vincent, does the river go through town, or is
yes.
it on the outside of town?
Yes, and I'm gonna say that one side of the river is where all the rich people live, and then the other one is where Vincent and Rimple live.
River bisects socioeconomic class. Great. So literally, it's not on the wrong side of the tracks. It's the wrong.
It's the wrong side of the river. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, honey, you came from the wrong side of the river.
Which means that, like, for instance, the poor people have to get woken up by like the riverboat parties, but the rich people don't.
Dorian.
Yes, sir.
How many bridges are over this river?
I would say 2.
2 bridges over the river.
Nice and convenient.
Hmm?
Very convenient.
That's the
One
convenient
for
version.
dumping bodies off of, one for taking across the river. Come on.
They want to
Madeline.
minimize how
No,
many entry
Noden,
points the poor people
Nodens
have.
River, by the way, is the name.
spell it?
Nodens. Called the Nod.
Nodens River. Who is Noden
No, like reference of it.
in the game?
Oh
Yeah.
no, Nodens just the name they put. It's usually a deity and
Probably the guy who like founded the town.
yeah, the guy who founded the town. Makes
Okay.
sense.
And
Or cross the
Madeline.
river first.
Yes.
how wide is the river?
Hella.
So like,
Like you could not swim it. Kind of wide.
unless you're like really good, so like a mile
Yeah.
wide.
Yeah.
Actually, hold
No,
on.
because you can swim a mile. Like it would be like
Hold on, because this is very important. Because I actually have to understand like how wide is the Mississippi?
yeah, that's fair.
Fair.
Tell us that, and then we'll go from there.
The widest part of the Mississippi can be found in Minnesota, where it is wider than 11 miles. So we could like
We're gonna put it at like 3
miles wide.
3 miles wide.
A good
And it's
3
not a
miles.
nice river either, so like that's why it's hard to swim across. Is it's not like this dainty little bitch. It's not a nice river.
There 100% is a like charity swim-a-thon where you swim across the river with like boats to like keep an eye on you, where you pay like an
100%.
exorbitant amount of money to like
Cool.
punish yourself.
So,
Mhm.
so it's 3 miles. We said
3 miles
It's
wide.
3 miles across.
Cool. it's not. It's not even that. That's more than the Bosphorus. Damn.
She
Welcome
thick.
to- Well, welcome to
thick.
fictional rivers.
She thick.
She thick.
So
we need more room to dump bodies.
yeah, clearly it's pretty deep river too.
Mhm.
yeah.
And dark.
And walk. All right. I think that is everything for your world. Why don't we go over all the stuff on your sheets?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that backstory stuff. We don't have to worry about, the type of eyes. I mean, please tell me what type of eyes you have, because that's important. But we've kind of fleshed out a few of the other things. So, dun 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 dun. Vincent.
Yeah. So I am playing the vampire skin.
Mm-hmm.
I have the eyes, pained eyes, predatory look, and I guess newly reborn would be the most accurate origin. And then we're going to go into the backstory section.
You tell us your stats real fast.
Yeah, so I have a hot of 1 +1, a cold of +2, volatile of -1, and a dark of -1.
Yeah.
And you might remember a dark is what I roll to see if I turn people into vampires, so that's fun for me.
I'm not terrified of that at all.
Don't fuck anyone. So everyone, this is for all of you.
Mhm.
You're gonna record your strings. Who has strings on you, and if you have strings on them. So, starting with Vincent, you can do that thing.
I'm beautiful. I gain a string on everyone.
Yeah.
I have a string on all of y'all.
I don't like
Yeah,
that
you
already.
He's just too pretty.
Yeah. And someone once saved my unlife. They gained 2 strings on you. And I was thinking of choosing Dorian for that. So we can figure out how you saved my unlife.
Yeah. Dorian, how did you save his unlife?
I would have to say, this is after you turned, right?
Oh yeah, my unlife.
And he's also, shown up at the school now. So he and Madeline kind of started at the same time, which is just this year.
I want to say you were kind of you were trying to do your whole revenge thing, and you saw what's his name, Ronan. Roman. Sorry, Roman. You saw Roman, and you started to charge towards him to pop off on some shit, and wasn't paying attention and stepped out to traffic without looking. The guy was texting and not paying attention. He would have just hit you, and I tackled you out of the way.
Great.
So you, Dorian, have 2 strings on Vincent.
Sounds good.
Dorian.
Hold on, let me put this 2-string Vincent thing.
No problem.
All right. I'm just gonna do it like that because it's easy on this PDF to do that. Okay. All right. So, no, stop. I don't want more of those. Okay. You start the game with 2 sympathetic tokens. Decide whose and what they are.
So, of these 3, who do you want a sympathetic token on?
1 on Dorian.
Oh no,
Damien?
you're Dorian.
I'm sorry. I'm Vincent. I don't know what I was. 1 on Vincent, and 1 on Madeline.
Okay, so
Madeline, how dare you?
Madeline.
Thank you.
So what is the thing you have on Vincent?
Satisfaction.
I'll say, I think it would probably be pretty easy for him to have grabbed something off my backpack or self when he tackled me.
Yeah, something fell out when you were tackled.
So let's say you have what would be a keepsake, something you have some kind of emotional connection to, not huge, but just a little thing.
Yeah, probably one of those keychains that has my name on it, from those just from a vacation we took before our family kind of fell apart.
Yeah, you have Oh, you have a keychain that says Vincent on it, and it feels like love.
Do you
And
really
bitter
think you
sadness.
could find a goddamn keychain that says Vincent?
It probably says Vince.
Yeah.
That's funny because that's exactly what I put. Vince keychain.
Hey, and what do you have, Madeline? What is a little thing that you probably lost and you don't really care about, but has a little emotional value to you?
Probably I'll take this off, but the cross necklace that Dante gave me when I started school here.
Mm.
So yeah, you would have the cross necklace. I'll take this
Alright.
off my person. Little silver
And-
cross necklace.
And your other one?
The other.
Other background.
Oh,
Extra.
okay. I was like, it's only 2 tokens. But one of the others caught you rummaging through their friend's stuff, but hasn't said anything. They get a string on you.
Who is it?
So I would say it was. Oh man, what's the? Is it Amber? Vincent?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Amber.
Amber, my friend.
Yes, your
Yes.
closest
Okay.
thing to a friend. Yeah.
Right.
So
it.
Amber
So I have another
saw
string
me
on you.
swipe the keychain.
No, it's
So
the other
she
way.
has-
You took something from Amber and Vincent saw.
Yeah, you were trying to. Yeah, the thing is, you're
You're
trying to go through
take
someone's
something from
stuff,
Amber.
and one of the 3 players saw it. Which player was it? And they get.
Oh,
to
I'm
watch
sorry.
you.
One of the.
Anyone
Okay.
Very close.
I would say it would be Madeline
Ooh.
Okay.
caught me taking something from Max.
Okay. So I get a string on you?
Yes.
Cool, thank you.
Damien. Oh, hold on a second. There's something about the origin. What kind of eyes do you have?
Deep eyes.
You have deep eyes. And the other ones?
I look coy. I have a coy look about me. And my origin taught by grandma.
Damien. Stuff at the top, and then your string stuff.
Look is venomous. The eyes are. Just a second. It's burning
Mm.
and somewhat calculating, but
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
think can I do 2?
That's fine. I don't mind.
And
Oh, dear.
it's the
Sure, look.
chosen.
Yeah. Why don't you read out your string stuff? Oh, and your stat. I'm sorry, Dorian.
My
what were your
stat
stats?
is hot 1, cold -1, volatile -1, dark 2.
Okay, Dorian. What were your stats?
Hot 1, cold -1, volatile -1, dark 2.
And then Damien, your string stuff.
You owe debts. Give away 3 strings divided any way you like between the dark power and other characters. Is it players or just any character?
The players.
Okay. In that case,
Don't give Vincent any more fucking strings.
What could happen?
This is a
What's
will
wrong?
situation where Vincent's gonna end up with 8 strings that he's gonna use all at the very end.
Oh, I got plans for these strings.
I don't know. I guess I'd give.
You can give all 3 to the dark power if you want.
I think I'd give 2 to. Should I? I'd give at least 1 to the dark power, and maybe 2. I'm trying to decide that right now, really quick. Also, like any of the other players would probably interest me, as I noticed something bizarre about them and would give strings to them as I tried to be their friends and get to know them a little, or like be friendly with them, maybe is a better word.
I mean, the only nice-ish person is Dorian.
And I was leaning on Dorian, but Vincent also has one definitely for Dorian. So
Dorian, you have a string on
Dorian,
Damien.
you have a string on me. So Dorian's 1.
Mm-hmm. Dark power's 1.
And I trust Ignatius at this point, so I think I'm going to give 2 to. Nah, I'm going to give 1. Winston already has 1 on me.
I do already have one because I am so hot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give 1 to Madeline.
Oh, thank you.
That's going to
Spreading it around.
suck.
Thank you,
But
Damien.
I noticed something about you. You were also like new and also kind of like friendly. So
Yeah, you're trying to get close to me for Brindley. Don't lie to me. I understand how this works.
And the other one?
1 for Dorian, 1 for Madeline, and 1 for the dark power.
One for Bigger who lives down the lane.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus. Yes.
Mhm.
And then your second one.
My second one is someone thinks they can save you. Gain a string on them. Who would want to save me?
None of us.
I mean, Dorian is the nice-ish
Dorian's
one.
is the nicest one. So yeah, I'm also going to get a string on you because you know what? You returned my thing. I like you, Dorian.
You have friends yet, but you're not far off from becoming.
I have a
we
string
go.
on you. You have one on me, and I have one on you. Let's
Yep,
see,
yep.
it's all fair.
Madeline.
Hi.
Parts at the top, please.
Yeah, so I have a domineering look
Mm,
and captivating eyes.
mm.
And the closest one for origin is probably...
That part we don't have to worry about.
Yeah, because I'm like, I guess the closest would be firstborn of the hive mind, but not really.
No, don't worry about that.
Most
We've already taken care
dangerous.
of that.
Most dangerous also works. Fair.
You burned
Okay.
someone's house down.
Yeah, you did.
On accident.
Don't lie, girl.
Okay. Name 3 side characters who are members of your gang. Gang a string on each of them. So that is Wells, my baby, the one of the 3 that I will fuck. He's a mountain of
Of muscle.
a mountain of a chocolate god. He's we say he's 18. He's not 18. He'd probably be the oldest, so he's probably sitting at 25.
Okay.
And then we have
Bully.
yeah, only 25. Then we have Roman, Vincent's favorite. Roman he's ace, to everyone's knowledge,
Mhm.
except for maybe Eddie's.
No, he's very much. He discovered that. He discovered it in a very
discovered his
bad
ace, yeah.
way.
He figured it
That
out.
doesn't stop people from trying, though, a lot, because he is also a heavily tattooed muscle man. Kind of looks like a Chad, like, the cliche dude bro.
Mhm. You okay
and-
over there?
You okay? And then he's probably sitting about 23.
Mhm.
And then the youngest is little baby Brinley, who is the one I send to do all my things because her presence around me makes me uncomfortable. Not in like a I don't like you way and I want to fuck you kind of way that I don't like. So I send her to do my bidding most of the time, and she's 21.
What's wrong, Damien?
No, just thinking, I can take her off your hands if you want. Yeah.
No, you don't get to touch her.
Okay.
And then my other one is you find someone threatening, give them a string on you, and take a string on them. Here's the thing, is I want to give it to Vincent. However, Damien's not feeling any love over there. So I might want to spread the strings out a little bit. And also I would have 2 strings on Damien, which just makes me happy.
No, wait. Nah, you don't have to spread that.
No, I'm going to, Damien. I find you threatening. Probably
You don't
because
find me
you're just
threatening yet.
Yeah, probably because you're just asking too many fucking questions. So you get a string on me, but I get a second string on you, my dear.
Yep. And you get a string on all of your people.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you'll find me threatening eventually.
Are we doing moves and stuff too?
Yes, we're gonna do that in just a moment.
Cool.
I want everyone to use their moves often.
Gladly.
Vincent, what moves do you have?
I'll do so first. In talking about spending strings, my first one is inescapable.
Oh,
You may spend a string on someone to demand that they remain in your presence. If they still walk out on you, gain 2 strings on them. And the second one, which I will be using every session, I guarantee it, is cold as ice. When you shut someone down and roll a 7 or higher, you may choose an extra option from the list.
That's not okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be giving out conditions like they're candy.
Yeah.
And I will say, my sex move, since I'm sure we want to get into that,
Yeah, why not?
is when I deny someone sexually, I gain a string on them. However, when I have sex with someone, I lose all my strings on them. So
We better start fucking Vincent real fast.
You want to do that?
No, I don't want to be a vampire.
There-
Get an STD?
I'm
Like, oh,
already
you lose all your
English.
strings on me, but oops, I became a vampire.
Oopsie.
Oops.
Oops.
I wonder if that
Did
would
I
negate
do
this,
that?
though.
Sure.
Maybe
One
it'll
way
make
to
it
try.
worse.
One way to find out.
Sure.
Dorian, what moves do you have?
Okay. My moves are the sympathetic token. You gain power from the tokens, and they count as strings. Then I have hex casting. You can cast hexes. Choose 2 of them. Cast them. Either to cast them, either expend a token during a secret ritual, or meet the target's gaze and chant at them in tongues. Then roll with dark. And if I hit a 10 or up, it's great. If and can easily be reversed. On a 7 and 9, it works, but I have to choose either it costs me 1 harm, it has a weird side effect, or it triggers my darkest self. And the 2 hexes that I have are binding. The person cannot physically harm others, and ring of lies. Whenever
Does
the person
binding count on my
attempts to,
cronies? Like, if binding's counted on me, does it
No,
count
no.
on my cronies?
It-
Okay.
Only you cannot physically hurt someone.
Cool.
yeah. And then ring of lies, whenever the person attempts to lie, they hear a piercing, ringing noise. Big lies will often make their knees buckle and disorient them. Severe lies can cause harm or even brain damage.
Oh, good. We love that.
So,
Yeah. And what's your sex move, yo?
oh, after the deed, you can take a sympathetic token from them. They know about it, and it's cool.
It's my favorite description of a sex
Yeah,
movie. Like, they
it's
know.
cool.
It's cool. It's aight.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go through your sock drawer really fast. Goodbye.
Damien, what is your moves?
My moves are, besides the one I already get, the Soul Depth, or Depth to the Dark Power. And yeah, and once I get 2 bargains from it, and when I have 5 strings, when they have 5 strings on me, I get to my darker self. And then I have the move Dark Recruiter. When you bring an innocent soul to the Dark Power, mark experience. And for my bargains, I have Elsewise Power. You can give the Dark Power a string to use a move you don't have just this once. This move can come from any skin. And Uncanny Voices. You can give the Dark Power a string in order to realize a secret about someone you're talking to. The owner of that character will reveal one of their secret fears, secret desires, or secret strengths. They choose which.
I didn't say my
And-
stats, so I should do that.
And my sex move, since we're saying those, is when you have sex, the Dark Power loses a string on you and gain a string on whoever you had sex with.
We don't like that.
That's a great trigger for Elsewise.
Yeah.
My favorite part of this is just watching how nervous Anna is getting.
I
every
hate
move we
everyone, so I'm
describe.
just never gonna have sex with anyone. We're fine.
Mhm.
Except for Wells. Wells I know is safe. I will have sex with Wells.
I mean, except we'll talk about your sex move in a moment, my dear.
Yeah.
What moves
fair.
do you have?
So I want to go through my stats first because I didn't do that.
Yes, please.
Hot 2, cold 1, volatile -1, and dark -1. And dark is what I use to roll when I need to hide crimes. So we're still getting used to it. We're still new at it.
Yeah.
My moves. I have the clique. You're the head of the toughest, coolest, and most powerful clique around. They count as a gang. Choose one of the following strengths for your gang. I chose they're armed with guns and real dangerous stuff. And then my move that I chose is the shield. When you're surrounded by your gang, subtract 1 from any rolls against you, which is why Wells stays around me at all fucking time. And then finally, my sex move. When you have sex with someone, they gain the condition one of them. While the condition remains, they count as part of your gang. I still don't think it's worth fucking everyone else.
As a question,
Here's an answer.
just mechanically, I am not going to do any arguing. Just curious, does Wells, just Wells standing behind them, count for the shield? at all times, or is that something that one?
They have to be like nearby, able to interpose themselves into the roll. So like, let's say you were trying to roll to shut someone down. If Wells is like right behind her, like muscling up, that's a -1 to your roll.
Got it.
As he
Just
will
figured it'd be good
always
to set a precedent.
He will always be standing right behind me.
Not that I would
Will always
ever come at Madeline trying to shut her down.
What does Wells have to do in a high school? He's fucking 25. He's already been through high school.
Did he?
Probably not.
I mean, he may have been to a high school. Not sure if he went through it.
Oh, no. He probably did some crimes in a high school and then, from there.
So, with that, I think that is our entire session 0. I will just say, because I feel obligated to do so, certain things that will not be in this game. Monster Hearts can be a very intense game. Things that I will not personally play around with. Consent is a big one. Obviously, the way that we deal with sex can be kind of wishy-washy, but no one will ever have sex without 100% informed consent. Things that may happen after sex, completely different. Someone stopping sex, completely different. Anything that was started because all the people wanted to do it. That's kind of my big hard line. There will be drugs, there will be abuse, there will be violence, there will be some discrimination of various sorts. As nice as it is to say that the world, like my worlds, have gotten rid of like racism and homophobia and sexism and all those lovely things, I think that there's value in a story being able to like bring those to the table. So you may hear me use certain words that are not very nice. Please understand that I am not using them as a way to demean, but as a way to just tell this particular story. It is going to be an adult story, and it may be very hard for some people. But I don't want to not have those kinds of elements in the story because it just takes it away. I trust all of these people, and I hope that they, in turn, trust me to not only tell a great story for them, but to take care of them before, during, and after game. We also still have the lovely X-Card mechanic. So that way, if anything gets too much, we'll shut the scene down. We'll go to the next scene. No questions asked. So yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about or say to the people out there who may watch this later on?
It's been tripping me out that bees, because you have the green screen on your
Oh,
jacket,
yeah.
your eyes will flash red every once in a while, and it's terrifying.
I think it's really fitting. I think it's
It is fitting, but
Yeah,
it's
there it is.
terrifying. No, he's like the nicest one of all of us. That's not
true.
fitting.
So, no. You say that now, but Marquise gave me what I needed. Just wait, because I know it's going to happen. I know how he works. When my aunt dies,
Yeah.
It's over. It's over for everyone.
Shit, I don't know if there's redemption.
Well, maybe we should be friends until then.
Big same.
Hey,
Big same.
I really don't.
Oh my God, your
What are you gonna
name
do,
starts
hurt
with
me?
a D too. Mine as well. We are BFFs now.
On that note, I'm going to end this, and I can't wait to see all of you at our live shows on Nerd League Gaming's channel, 9 p.m. on Saturdays. We're going to be running every week while we're all stuck inside, and I hope that you are all very, very happy to be stuck inside with us, because we're not stuck inside with you. You're stuck inside with us. Hey.
You unfortunate bastards.
You poor unfortunate souls. Bye.
So sad.